All right. Well, welcome back to Monster of the Week. We are still out our 2 players, so it is still the group from last time here. We're going to find out what is going to happen in the ambulance ride from hell. Just to kind of recap, then the group had just left the Sioux Falls Airport in Mr. Gray's private plane, and we're heading out to the East Coast there in New York, and there was some mishap with some magic, and Henrietta had accidentally been shunted to the outside of the plane by Danica.
I'm sorry.
What are you?
And then
A little bit.
Olivia had actually said it's fine and went completely black-eyed and disappeared with Henrietta. Just as the group was about to land, Mr. Gray did a little bit of searching down below because the weight limit of the plane had been just a bit heavy, and they were making an emergency landing at the Kalamazoo, Michigan airport, where upon landing, the landing gear had mysteriously malfunctioned, and they went skidding to rather rough halt. And then they all got away from the plane, so to speak. Not until Danica had a few drinks, and the group decided to make their way to Gas and Sip,
We went to Myers.
Myers, right. Had went to Myers to pick up some information, newspaper, map of the surrounding areas, and then they picked a hotel and had traveled to there. Danica took a shower to try to wear off the effects of the alcohol, and Dawn and Mr. Gray had decided to pick up a case that they had found in the paper.
Danica found that case.
That's fair.
I was drunk, but I was still doing my job.
But then they left to do a little bit of investigating, and left Danica at the hotel where she had a run-in with her, not missing, but she'd been gone for some time, her mother, who had given her a tiny box that she has yet to open, and said, keep it secret. And
should I also keep it safe?
You probably should. But then, Mr. Gray and Dawn had done a little bit of scooping at the university where the disappearances of some girls on campus had come to light, and did a little bit of investigating and found out that these girls, they all had these marks on the back of their necks or shoulders where it looked like a handprint, and there was a very tiny, almost pinprick on their neck. But Danica later on joined these two on campus, where she met a rowdy bunch of kids who offered her some drugs, or coffee, shall we say, while Dawn and Mr. Gray decided to pay a visit to the dean's office. Later on, seemed that there was a ruckus on campus, and that caused everybody to kind of come out on campus. One of the girls that Danica had actually seen, Dawn, that's right, Dawn had actually seen in the library, was kind of splayed out, and an ambulance was called, but not before Danica had actually seen the dean and the rowdy young man who had given her the drugs have an altercation in the hallway.
Tony. His name was Tony.
Yeah, say his name.
Huh? Say his name.
He's my new best friend, and he gave me some coffee, and his name is Tony.
But then Danica relayed this information to Mr. Gray, who tried to apprehend the Dean. And the Dean used the ambulance coming in to pick the girl up as an excuse to try to spirit himself away in the ambulance. But Dawn had been able to sneak her way into the ambulance as well. So the ambulance took off with Dawn, the Dean, and the young girl, and 2 paramedics, one driving, one tending to the girl. Dawn had used some magic to try to understand what the girl was inanely babbling, and she understood one word: incubi. So the sudden realization had come to Dawn's eyes, and the Dean's as well. And the Dean started to attack those in the ambulance, killing the other paramedic and the driver as well. And now had wounded and poisoned Dawn. And now the ambulance is speeding and swaying as Mr. Gray and Danica are in hot pursuit.
I also, while we were following, looked through my book and found out also that it could be an incubi or something else, and Gray told me it was probably an incubi because the other one was an Asian thing.
Yep.
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was Japanese. I can't remember exactly what you had said.
I don't remember what it was either. I don't have my journal with me.
But the now.
Whose car are we in?
Yours.
We're
hotwired it.
You hotwired it, remember?
Why would I hotwire my
Because
car?
Because Dawn had the keys.
Because I was driving you chauffeur.
Yep.
No, I'm the chauffeur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
So yeah, you ripped the steering column off and hotwired your own car, and now you are driving as Danica is
Inebriated.
Trying to find out.
A little inebriated.
Look, now that I know it's an incubus, trying to find out how the fuck we kill it while you're following the squirming ambulance.
Yeah.
So
I feel like the girl's name is Denise, so it can be Dawn, Denise, and the Dean.
Sure.
Right? Or another D thing.
There's definitely a sitcom with that name.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
If not, there will be.
Dawn and the Dean.
Dawn and Dean and
Double D.
And the demon? I don't know.
Oh, Dawn, Dean, and the Demon.
Oh, yes. Right. So I'll start.
No. Hold on.
No,
Where?
That was the then.
Now we're in the now. Okay.
Yes. So the camera comes to light, or maybe somebody's eyes open up, and they look around, and your body is sore, and as they look down, they see that they are suspended, their feet hanging off the ground by maybe a foot or so. And they look up, and their hands have been bound by chains, and they are swinging in the middle of this big, empty room. A number of cuts on their skin. And as they come to and try to get their bearings, their surroundings, a creaky metal door opens in the distance, and suddenly in walks a very well-dressed, authoritarian kind of man. He is in a suit, his sleeves rolled up to the elbows, suspenders off. It looks like he's been doing some tough physical work. This person looks and sees that this man's hands, all the way up to his elbows, are covered in blood, and walks over to this person and says, "You must be Henrietta. Well, I have to thank you for taking care of my dear Olivia for so long. Took us a while to find her, you know. Lots of trouble, that one. But I'm glad that you brought her back to my room. Oh, Olivia, darling." And in walks the familiar form of Olivia. She looks like she's not all there. Her feet are shuffling. but Henrietta says, Olivia, hey! And Olivia lifts up her head and her eyes are completely black. And now we're back at the ambulance.
Travis, this isn't my fault. I'm sorry.
Alright.
Oh man, I evaporated her to imprisonment.
Whoops.
Olivia did it.
You shunted her out of the plane.
Yeah, Olivia saved her to go to certain hell.
Mm-hmm.
I blame her.
It's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
So, the ambulance now, Dawn, with you is speeding and kind of, not quite out of control, but kind of swerving from side to side as the slumped over body of the driver
He's
is
keeping it
kind of
steady.
going.
Yeah.
He's keeping it decently steady, but you guys are on a longer patch of road, but you are coming into more of the city prior, so...
Is the ambulance slowing down, or is he still on
No,
the
his
accelerator?
foot is
Like-
yeah, it's not like super accelerating. You might catch a glimpse of the speedometer and you see you're going probably about 65, 70.
That's-
It's still pretty fast
fast.
for approaching downtown, basically. So the two of you are in this particular car are having an okay time keeping up with the car, but this is a luxury car, and it was made for luxury. If this car goes any faster, it might be harder to keep up.
No, I drive a luxury car in real life, and it can go quite fast.
Yeah, but not these old style Buicks.
I'm like, I start like frantically flipping through my book, trying to find anything out about incubuses,
You buy.
whatever, and then I go, we gotta stop it.
Gray, you had your gun loaded, I think, in your lap as well. Your handgun.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I point at your gun, yeah, like in all of the cops and robber movies. Just like shoot it.
You want me to just shoot an ambulance that's moving 60 to 70 miles an hour downtown?
Nobody ever dies in the movies. When you
This
do
is
that.
very much not a movie.
Well,
I know you are still high.
I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Gray. I'm perfectly fine.
her eyes look like two piss holes in a snowbank.
Right. Yes. Okay, sure.
There's no better way to describe it.
I've never heard that, but
Well, if you're not gonna shoot it, then I'll shoot it.
I
Go ahead and roll me a
You
kick
should.
ass as you reach down for your handgun, and you look and see as she like rolls the window down.
All right,
and-
it's not my character sheet is right in front of me. Okay.
Yeah.
It is.
Like,
yeah,
isn't
we're
that
back
like-
to paper and pen.
yeah.
What do I do? What do I do with the kick ass? Do I add tough?
Yep, you had your tough, which you have a +1 because of the.
Oh,
14.
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
you
Wow.
shoot the weapon and it just explodes.
Bye, Dawn.
Yeah.
she flies out of the explosion, does a 3-point landing.
She's smashed.
So, Danica, as you like roll down the window in a fury, you point your handgun out and you like squeeze off around, and the window right to your right, Dawn, it shatters as this bullet comes flying between you and the monster. And, like, it goes all the way through the front window of the ambulance now. So the ambulance window is, like, cracked as well.
So you can't see through.
And you see the incubus, the dean, he
Yeah.
kind of, like, hisses a little bit and, like, looks back. And he says, finish you before they can help.
I was aiming for the tire, but I thought it was up higher. I thought we were going up a hill, Mr. Gray.
What a haiku. I was aiming for the tire.
Oh, man.
But I guess it was a little higher. Oh, it wasn't.
Oh, darn.
Damn, I wish you were a poet.
Oh, crap. Okay, so I will allow you, before we go back to the ambulance, if you would like to do something as one of the back panels of the window on the ambulance shatters.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's not where you aim for tires. But I just
I just blink at you a few times.
I'm not even going to go out the side window. Through the windshield.
Through your windshield.
I'm aiming for the latch on the back door.
Okay. Going for a trick shot.
Yeah,
roll me. You know what? Since you're doing that, I will allow you to roll me an act under pressure.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it's your cool.
it's my cool. Oh.
Yep.
Well, that's good. I mean, we got a little more on that.
As you're doing these calculations real quick in your head, like, how can I shoot out my front window and also hit this latch on the back of the ambulance?
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That is, you definitely set out to do what you intended to do.
Fuck yeah.
As Danica, you watch as driving, Mr. Gray, he takes kind of a little bit of an aim and then kind of bang, and the sound reverberates on the inside of the car.
Oh,
This is going to be a little loud.
You're supposed to give the warning before you shoot the gun.
And that bullet goes out and it hits that latch. And now, Dawn, the door with a ting, the door opens up behind you, and they're swinging behind you, and you see it as these two are in the car, guns drawn, and one hanging basically out the window, and one shooting now, aiming through a shot out window. At you and the other occupants of the ambulance here.
Perfect.
And
in my mind, they're in the back of the ambulance, correct? And the girl on a gurney.
Yep, girl's on a
between us?
gurney, freaking out still.
Oh, she's still.
Oh yeah, no, she's
I
alive.
thought maybe she had passed out a little bit.
No.
I, as Dawn, will. You want me to jump out? Oh, that's not what I'm going to do.
Danica's making the...
Dawn will look over and see that and go... And she's going to go, I hope you have wings, motherfucker. And she is going to stand up and push the Dean out. And as she's pushing and making contact, she is going to cast a magical spell to rocket him out.
So I think you have the burst?
The blast?
Or the blast.
Yeah, the blast. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I would do.
All right.
Which I imagine would just be in my head, it's burning hands or a thing like that where you just...
I'm thinking a concussive blast.
Boom, yeah, a sonic boom,
yep.
Jet engine. So I'm making contact and you physically are pushing and casting a spell as you do it, so it just rockets him out. Is my plan?
Absolutely. Okay. So go ahead and roll me some magic. Plus you're weird.
That would be an 8.
An 8? So it works, but imperfectly. So you get to choose your effect and a glitch.
Okay, so the effect... Okay. The effect I will do is just inflict harm upon him. I think that's the one that makes the most sense. Because it's he. Would I know anything about an incubus? Would I know, about them? Would I know that they are are they a possessed creature? Are they born? Would I know because I wouldn't be able to, banish a spirit or anything like that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't as I'm making contact with him. I wouldn't be able to because Eric is not familiar with incubus. I have an idea of what they the male point of a succubus, but I feel they're born that way. Correct? It's not something where you would be able to.
I'm not going to explain that part of the lore yet.
Okay, you
that
might
might give away.
That
might give away much. But what's a more specific question that you're looking for?
I mean, I guess would she know what the basic knowledge of what they are? from position. I mean, she just learned that that's what he is. Would that have triggered like, oh, I know a little bit about this, or is it like a?
I mean,
whole
it's
thing?
more of a yeah, that's a monster.
I've heard
Like
of this
I've
before.
heard of a monster.
Okay.
I don't intimately know a lot of
More
knowledge
about it,
about
yeah.
this monster, but
Okay.
it definitely is a monster. Of
Okay,
some
so
sort.
she would just inflict harm and try to get him. She is trying to get him out of the ambulance, away from Denise, because I named her.
All right.
And then the glitch.
I'm gonna write that down.
Let's just say the effect is weakened.
Okay.
I guess that's probably the best glitch.
All right. So what's your harm on that one?
Oh.
1 plus whatever your damage does.
Oh, yeah, so I think it's 2 harm from the blast.
Okay.
And then if you inflict, does that add a 1 harm?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it'd be 3 harm?
3 harm?
Okay, does that make, yeah.
Yep.
And then,
Is the blast?
I can add fire to it, but if I rolled under a 10, things would start on fire, but if I'm pushing him out, would he just start on fire?
That depends. I would probably argue that
I
you
guess-
would know that maybe fire inside an ambulance even.
I just know if he was like getting pushed out, and since it was like he would start on fire.
The
or if it
effect
is
of the spell would probably
Okay,
blast
They
sounds
have
around
good.
you,
like
so
pressurized air in.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean it's open, but I just didn't know if it was like what the spell looked like.
The
If it's,
effect
like-
of the spell would be on the inside of the
Okay,
ambulance.
sounds good.
You
Yeah,
know
so
that.
I would know that we wouldn't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still tracking.
No, that's fine.
Because I know we had the same question last time,
Yep.
but it's a different circumstance. So yeah, so it'd just be the 3.
Yeah, so you blast him, and he actually, like, skids towards the back of it, but since your spell doesn't seem to take, like, completely
Okay.
because of that weakened effect, he actually manages to, and you see as his claws elongate, and they scrape along the metal, and they actually find purchase, like, right on the outside of the door, and he kind of growls at you as you see this, like, force, like, impact wound onto his chest, like he and it like cracks back into place. So he gets his turn.
Perfect.
Since you used magic to kick ass, he's also going to kick ass.
Cool.
As part of that same turn. So he is going to reach out to you again, and he kind of looks at you and says, "I guess you didn't have enough of my venom." And he puts his hand like right on your neck, and he does 3 more harm.
You did?
And dying.
You guys see this as he reaches in and he grabs Dawn by the neck, and Dawn's eyes just kind of all of a sudden roll to the back of her head, and she slumps down into one of the seats that's on the side there.
I'd like something bigger.
So, as you guys are seeing this, and he is like still kind of hanging on to one of the sides with one of like his left hand, you see as he kind of looks back at you and hisses as well. He starts making his way up towards the front of the ambulance, and it looks like he's tossing the driver aside and probably taking over driving this vehicle. And that's about the time now, with you with the window down and you with a new hole in your window, suddenly hear police sirens coming from the sides of you and behind you, and you see about 4 to 5 squad cars and one black, kind of similar looking car to yours, not luxury, but
Okay.
standard issue, like Buick built for speed, and there is one of those sirens on top that they placed on there, and you see a very familiar looking face in the black car. What are you guys doing?
Get us up to the doors in the ambulance will open. Hey, get us up behind the ambulance. I'm gonna jump. I like look at you all wild-eyed, and I like go, get us close to the ambulance. I'm gonna jump in.
Oh, Jesus.
We gotta save Dawn.
You got Spy Hunter?
Oh, shit.
Sorry. Edit this out.
Technical difficulties.
Just slowly.
I'm like touch.
Good? Okay. Alright.
Sorry.
So yeah, you see this very familiar face in passenger seat of this this unmarked black car with a blue siren on top there.
Oh, hell.
And they are closing in quickly.
Mr. Gray, come on!
Position.
We gotta save Dawn!
How close have they gotten?
They're less than a block away. Especially the lead car is probably only about a quarter block away.
I hate to say it, but I think we might need to be pulling out about this time.
He's gonna kill our friend.
He's going to kill a lot of people, but we're not going to be able to help him if our new party decides...
I like look up and flip the rearview mirror away from what he can see so I can look back behind us. Oh, hell.
You get that sudden panic because you know you're high and you know the cops will know you're high and...
Oh, Daddy's gonna be real mad if he busts me out of jail high again.
This month.
Flip the mirror back. Alright, let's get...
I just turn off the next block I see.
Okay. What's a general heading for you? We'll see.
Well, which way are we heading right now?
You're heading like straight into downtown area right
Okay.
now.
Go through slums.
I want to try and break off, but still try to follow, because all those sounds are going to make a noise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping it's something that would be pretty easy to follow, even if we're not like on the same street.
Yeah, I mean, the ambulance definitely has its siren on still, and it'd probably be pretty easy to, within about 2 blocks away, be able to follow.
Okay. So, I guess I'll just kind of make a guess as to, and turn off in the direction I think it, okay, oh wait, is there a, oh shit, I don't know where it could possibly be going.
I think Danica has maps on her. She got one of those foldy maps.
Oh, wait, it's No, it wasn't before.
Looking for an opportune time to turn off out. Is there anywhere that you can see on any of those maps that looks like he might be going?
Go ahead and
Like
give
landmarks
me
or
an
anything?
investigate.
Mine's one sharp. Fuck. Double ones.
You have a -1?
Right now because she's on...
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I just have a 0, but I rolled 2 1s. So I look at the map. I'm looking, and then I go to shrug, and then the map flutters out the window.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's what I'll take. On that 0, yeah.
I think maybe there's a hospital nearby.
Okay. The next intersection, I just turn off whichever direction is easiest.
Are you trying to lose the tail? Because, as you're kind of moving around the road and the cops are kind of pulling in, this black car is following you.
I gesture to make a flippy sign, like a badge, right? You got one of those, like, I'm the boss. Why don't you just say, hey, I'm investigating?
It doesn't work on everyone.
Okay.
I don't know that I'm necessarily trying to lose them. I'll notice that they're still following us. But I'm still trying to follow the ambulance right now. Just off a block.
Out of the 5, 4 police cars and the one unmarked, you see that 2 of the police cars stay with the ambulance, and the other 2 are still following you with the unmarked.
Oh, well, shit.
Well, I could try to distract him with some magic. I could quick summon a monster on the street.
The old razzle dazzle.
I'll probably distract him for a little while, won't it?
Oh, well, just, try not to throw anyone out of moving vehicles.
Cool. What's nearby us?
So you guys are getting into more of the residential area, like right before downtown.
Can I make a request? Please give me like a Tire City or a Jiffy Lube that's got one of those like giant men out in front of it.
Sure, made of tires.
I'm gonna point my finger at it and use magic to summon it a monster or turn it into a monster, like what Dawn accidentally did with Stuffed Wolves.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and give me a use magic.
Oh my god.
You're just Mr. Stay Puft here, Mark. Stay Puft Marshmallow.
7.
-1.
That is with the minus.
Okay. So yeah, it works imperfectly, so you get to choose your glitch.
Okay, so my effect obviously is turn it into a monster.
Yeah.
I'll just take a harm.
You take a harm?
Yeah.
Okay.
I stick my hand out to do it, and then I don't know, some asphalt kicks up from the car driving so fast and pelts me in the armpit.
Oh. So, Mr. Graves, you're watching as Danica points her finger at this tire mark that's coming up on you guys, and you whiz by it, and then you see in your mirror as this giant tire statue, this man made of tires, suddenly walks onto the street and swipes 2 of the police cars off the street and off into the distance, and it starts using its rubber hands to beat on the front of the cars. And the other car, it swerves and, you see it kind of slow down, maybe we should go back. And then it's no, I think we should keep going.
I turn around and look what I've done, and I go, holy shit, I'm really high right now, Mr. Gray. Can we leave? I think
Looking in the mirror... My God, it's moments like this I realize I have not seen everything.
We might have to come back and deal with that later.
You know what? No. From that, we're going to move on.
Alright, I'll write an apology letter later on. An anonymous apology.
Sorry, I woke up your tire monster.
I wish it was Mr. Bendo.
I was hoping like we drive by like a big boy or something.
Oh god.
Those were a thing back in the 80s.
I was actually for a second thinking the muffler man. That's like
Yeah, Mr. Bendo?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
But I was like, giant tire guy would be amazing.
Yeah, that's also funny.
Anyway, so yeah, you still have the unmarked car following you. It's lost about a block of difference in between you as it seemed to
Well, that
have a
helped.
rethought.
Oh, yeah. I just want to keep trying to do the best to keep up with this ambulance, and if at all looking down, I see it looks like they might have turned the other way, I will immediately follow after.
Okay. Not trying to lose the unmarked at all.
There's a lot of shit going on
Okay.
right now.
So yeah, you guys
I got a
are.
job to finish.
If you drive by one of those waving men, then maybe I can turn him into a monster and he can attack the other car.
Oh, wacky, inflatable, arm-flailing tube man?
Yeah, the ones that do... And Danica starts doing the waving dance.
But she does it in like slow motion too, so it's really awkward, and she's like staring at you like this. Really intense, like.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I should do drugs anymore, Mr. Gray.
No, no.
Dawn.
Yeah?
You open your eyes and there is this very attractive young man. Kind of looks somewhat similar to the chess club guy that you had been flirting with earlier on, except he's now like removed his glasses, got his hair slicked back. You know, the 80s movie trope where he took his glasses off and slicked the hair back.
Even
and
better looking.
yeah, now all of a sudden he's a 10
He's
instead
not
of like
a
4.
nerd. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he sits next to you. You're laying down on a bed. Some of the like nice mesh drapery kind of style of bed. Soft sheets and whatnot. Low glow to this entire thing. It's probably about midday somewhere, and the light is really soft. And he sits down and kind of caresses your face, and he says, "It's about time you woke up."
Where am I? What's going on? Who are you?
Shh. And he kind of puts a finger to your lips there, and like puts you back down. And he's like, "It's fine. You've been having some nightmares, but I'm here now." And every word that he's saying sounds right. Sounds good. It's calming, almost.
Where am I? Where are my friends?
Your friends are fine. You're safe. You had an accident. You were attacked by something, but you were in the hospital for a little while, but nobody had claimed you, so I came and took care of you. I took you home with me.
That's very scary. I don't like that.
Yeah, but it seems right. Yeah.
Is there a way that I could like meditate and go into myself and one of the options is observe another time and place? Could I like kind of gather maybe so almost like an insight check? Like, what do I believe what he's saying? Do I trust this person? Where I'm like, do I know what time it is? Can I kind of, you know? Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm asking?
I understand.
Yeah.
At the same time, like you feel this like calm kind of wave wash over you. Everything seems right. Everything's, you know, you're believing what he's saying. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, you can still observe another place in time if you
like,
want to try to. If you haven't, like, if you're like, oh, maybe I should check in on.
Like, part of me would
Danica
want to
or-
reach out to Danica and be like, are they still? Because I saw them behind the ambulance, and I want to know where are they? Are they still doing this? Because then I think that would give me a key into what's going on. So I guess that's what I'm doing.
Go ahead and use magic for
Okay.
me. 9. So it definitely works. You get a vision of Danica. She seems to be back in the hotel room where you guys had previously been. And Miss Gray comes and knocks on her door and is like, well, I mean, she's in good hands, so the boy seemed really nice. And Danica's like, yeah, he did seem really nice. I mean, just taking care of her.
Okay.
We'll come back and check on her. But first we gotta find these elementals. And that...
Does that ease me?
oh yeah,
okay.
that eases you. You're
Okay.
like, oh, okay, so... And what did we call him? The kid?
Wasn't that Tony?
Tony.
Was it Tony? I thought Tony was the
Oh,
bad
you mean
kid.
the guy? You mean the chess club guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was Tony. But
It might have been Tony. I don't remember who Tony was. I think Tony might have been the chess club guy.
Oh, Tony was the chess club guy. Sorry. Marcus was the...
No, Marcus was my brother. Marcus is my brother.
Well, Marcus is your brother, right?
Oh.
I don't think we gave a name to...
His name is... Let's see, what's a good
80s name?
80s name?
Mickey.
Brad.
Oh, Brad is 80s. I know some Brads.
Josh's dad's name is Brad.
Yeah.
My mortgage broker's name is Brad. Hey, Brad. Refinance. Oh, I don't know which one's mine. Refinance my mortgage quickly, please. Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, Tony is like, don't worry, we'll get you healed up, and I'll call your friends when you're able to get up and move around a bit. And he says, you really have to rest right now and make sure that you don't damage anything. And he seems really sincere, like he's actually he's gonna take care of you.
Oh, that's what we all want.
Mm-hmm.
Brad.
No, Tony.
Tony. Brad's the bad guy.
Brad's the bad.
Brad's a
Brad's the
bad
one who
boy.
gave me drugs.
He's a drug user.
Sweet Tony.
Sweet Tony.
Tony.
You got that ring, right?
Oh, so bony.
So, you guys in the car, you see as the ambulance starts to head kind of downtown-ish. It actually changes course, veers a little bit left towards the east, and starts going towards what looks to be like a hospital campus type area.
So that it turned the other direction.
Yeah,
where
from
we
you
were.
guys left.
So we went to the west.
Yep, you guys had turned right to kind of cut off a couple of blocks there.
Okay, so we're going south.
Yep, you guys had been going south.
All right. Well, seeing the turn off, you might want to hang on to something.
I grab you.
And
All right,
I
so
just
you're whipping hard.
E-brake and everything.
All right, so go ahead and
I scream as loud as the brakes probably do.
let's go with act under pressure as you're driving this car harder than it's should be driven.
Let's not get screwed in this one. All right, here we go. Oh, 7.
7. So I'm going to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
Ooh.
So as you whip it hard, kind of cutting a block, almost running over a little bit of fence along your way. The car itself teeters almost onto 2 wheels, and it becomes almost difficult to try to hang on to, and you actually nick a fire hydrant as well, and water starts spraying up from behind you. As Danica grabs onto you, as you're whipping it to the left there. She's not belted in, by the way.
What was
But I am
There might not
holding
be seatbelts.
him.
You are holding on to Mr. Gray. So she comes crashing to the left of you as this car goes like this on 2 wheels, and she hits the window hard enough to the point where it like opens the door, and she has a hang on you as she is hanging now, feet first, out the driver's side door. What are you doing? As like you're trying to drive this car, but like you have a choice. You can let her go. She's not too far from the ground, and you could catch up to. You could regain control of the car, but you feel like if you pull her in, you might lose control of this car.
Oh man. Now would be a good time for some of that magic.
Right?
I don't know why you give her ideas. Magic is not good.
Right,
So what are you doing though?
I say that, and I let. Well, I mean, I'm not. I guess I wasn't even holding her.
No, she wasn't. But like, she caught you, and you like instinctively like, kind of like tried to rope her in.
Okay,
a
well,
little
can
bit.
I use magic to do one thing that is beyond human limitations?
I'll let go.
You're letting go of her.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Gray, let's go of you.
You betrayed me.
And you see her like.
Why?
That slow-mo?
So you are falling towards the ground, which is like only maybe a couple of feet, and you guys had been going probably roughly 60, 65. So if you want to use your magic to
Am
do
I
something
like
beyond
explain to me
human
how
limitations.
this looks? So the car is like this.
The car is like this. So it is on its side, and like you had been hanging on to, you basically caught for a second Mr. Gray's like collar like
Gotcha.
this, and he like instinctively like grabbed onto you, but like he's also trying to bring the car back under control with the other hand,
Gotcha.
and he like looks down and he's like, "Now'd be a time for that magic," and he lets go of you, and you start to slowly fall towards the road.
Okay. Am I at all close to the car to touch it at all?
You might be able to reach out, yeah?
Okay. I'm gonna try to use magic.
You're gonna try to use magic?
What kind of things? So it says do one thing that's beyond human limitations. What would that be?
I mean, that's what you have to specify for me. You're doing something beyond a human limit. So if you're trying to like grab the car and yank yourself in midair, that would probably be beyond a normal person's...
Yeah, I'm thinking kind of one of those, like, try to, like, take, like, my sword out and, like, stab it into the roof of the car or something, or stab it into the side of the car.
I would say that you do not have enough time to draw your sword.
No, okay. So, yeah, so, like, maybe just, like, as he lets me go, like, grab onto the side
of the car.
Sure. And then just, like, pull myself, like, on his lap, basically.
All right. So, yeah, go ahead and roll me some use magic then.
Okay.
Did you just cast lap dance?
Maybe.
Like, to cast magical lap dance?
Yeah.
Oh,
Beyond the human limits lap dance.
Right,
oh,
exactly.
no. That's
Plus
only...
your -1.
Well, it's not... I have +2, so it's only I only get a +1. That's not gonna do it. That's only a 5.
Oh,
so I would like to instead use a luck point to make it happen.
Okay.
Because
so
I don't want to...
Yeah,
now's a good time.
Go
Go
Yeah.
ahead and mark
Yeah.
your experience down.
Okay.
You get an experience for using luck?
Yeah, you still get experience.
Because
if
you failed,
Yeah.
it still counts as a 12 if you use luck, but you still failed. So
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things where I don't want to be left behind. So I'm just gonna
want to know what bad things would happen.
Right, because we have a
if you
cop following us
fell
right now.
out.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Jiffy Lube Man might come and smash me to death with rubber hands.
Sorry, I just don't think there was any way we were getting out of this if I held on.
No, I don't think so either.
So you infuse yourself with magic as you're slowly falling to the ground, and your arms start to bristle with strength. And you suddenly reach out and you grab like the roof with one hand, and she grabs like the part where the door meets the car frame.
Like hands just
Yeah,
into the
and
metal.
they like vice grip of death, and you hear the car like as she's like pulling the metal in like this, and she like yanks herself back in with enough force where it actually throws her against the other side of the car, and you back into place, and you're like,
I rearrange myself back in the seat and I look
yeah,
at
your
you.
legs are like up in the air, and your head's on the seat, so your shoulders are like back on the seat.
I'll try to gymnastics myself back.
Okay.
And then just like staring, breathing heavily, like,
That was great.
let's get done.
Working on it, yeah. So
You cast 69.
how far
I
away?
cast 69.
So this little maneuver cost you a few blocks
Yeah.
on the ambulance itself. So it had turned off pretty quickly, and now still has the two
I look
police
at you
cars.
sternly, put my seatbelt on.
I legit argue there is not seatbelts in 85.
I think that there were seatbelts.
I don't think there was
luxury car.
I don't think so. I could be wrong. We'll
I'm
ask.
pretty
We'll ask
sure they
you
were.
guys.
Christian's mom with her seatbelts in
Oh,
the 80s.
jeez.
I remember being like 4 and sitting in my parents' Cutlass Supreme. There was not seatbelts. There was just a whole there was like the bench seating, and then there was the arm console that came down. And my thought was, well, that's where I sit, and so I would sit on a little perch. So if we ever, I would have went right through the. That was the 80s.
Easy exit.
So cars were mandated to have them because 1968 they were mandated to have seatbelts. It's not
Wasn't
like
a law to like.
yeah, it was a law in 68. But it wasn't like super enacted, I
So you're
guess,
just
until
telling
like
my parents-
91.
You're just telling me my parents didn't care about me.
Nobody's parents made them put their
Yeah.
seatbelts on. When they
I don't
were-
think I was
it-
ever in a car carrier.
It
either.
actually it was by date, so each state had to have it done by this date.
Yeah.
For Michigan, let me take a look. That Alabama was 91.
Wow. See, like legit, like I don't
Yeah.
think there was.
Let me see.
And as a chubby little boy, I hated car seats because I could never figure out how to adjust them so they fit me. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
This year, 1985, is
When it
when they enforced it in
Interesting.
Michigan. So
How interesting.
That is the most bullshit coincidence.
What about South Dakota?
so they still haven't.
now I have gotten pulled over for a seatbelt
We have still not
infraction,
gotten
so-
caught up.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, just a ticket? Just
No.
pulled over. Oh.
Warning, but somebody still did.
I'm so-
95.
Yeah, see?
So that's probably why you remember it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, this car being a luxury car, it being 85, I will say that it has.
I defiantly click my seatbelt into place and say, maybe give a girl a warning or something.
There is no time for
That
that.
you could have just said, brace yourself.
I said grab onto something.
Well, I grabbed onto you and you obviously weren't sturdy enough. Maybe you should have locked your damn door or something.
So you guys probably have lost about 2 blocks, so you're about 3.5 blocks away from the police cars that are at the back.
Hey, did
As
that
we're
near-death
arguing
experience sober me up at
down
all?
the road.
Yeah, I mean, your heart is racing. Like, not only did you have some coffee, but you also had some magic power. We'll even say this is the first time you used magic to, like, enhance yourself. So that rush of, like,
Magic adrenaline.
yeah, on top of coffee.
So I'm worse.
Maybe.
Now I've pushed the cocaine through my system even faster. So now I'm even more fucked.
Now you're hyped up and your heart's like
Good. Now I'm hyper. And also high. Sorry, Mr. Gray, in advance.
Right, yeah. So, okay. Is there anything we can... I know this vehicle does not want to go much faster.
Well, Mr. Gray used magic once. You know, they say it's the gateway drug. The one-time use of magic. I created a monster tire man. I dented your car with my bare hands. Maybe I could give this old girl the old 1-2 pet go forward faster thing.
I like how you've lost your southern accent and went for a Texan one.
It does sound a little more butch, doesn't it?
That's the glitch.
She's
making the switch.
It's the drugs. It's inebriating my my vocal cords.
Yeah, when you snorted, it might have damaged your vocal cords a little bit.
Right. Well, maybe I'll try to go back up into the southern nice girl draw.
Right.
Yeah. Well, maybe I could try to boost the old girl. You know, the new girl. I guess she's new. Still smells new.
Yeah, I won't.
I don't know if I can.
I don't know
What would
if you
that
want to
mean?
keep pushing your luck there.
Yeah, I might just blow us up.
Yeah, that's why I kind of don't want to push it.
That's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do? We gotta help Dawn.
Yeah. So, why don't you try to find something in the back that we can use to convince our remaining friend to back off a little.
Find something in the back of what? The car?
Yeah. Sorry, you're gonna have to undo that seatbelt.
What the hell is in the back of the car?
I don't know. You find something.
I unsnap my seatbelt and then I
Crawl.
crawl into the back of the car. I kick you once by accident, maybe.
Oh god.
I sit back there and I look around. What's back here?
So the back of the car, this is the first time that you've actually been in the back of this car.
Is
Just
there a
this one,
mini
though.
fridge in the car?
It's in the center console.
You want water?
Sure. Yeah.
There you go.
Bottle of,
Not gonna help.
Oh, it's
but
still
Evian.
cold. Very nice.
always gonna be cool. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is like one of those ones where you can even like.
It definitely has like one of the
Pull
latch
down.
where you can dig into the trunk.
Yeah. See, there might be. I don't know, some guns or some like those little caltrop things. You know.
I open the trunk
supposed to be
and
used for
start
marbles, but they're great
digging
for
around
blowing
for
tires.
shit.
All right, so you pull down, you kind of search in the crevice of this. Since it's pretty new, you search in the crevice of this this seat. As Mr. Gray is like, go ahead and pull the back seat down, and you finally found the latch, and you give it a tug, and there's a click, and the seat kind of folds forward. You slide a bit forward on the seat so you can let the seat down, and like as you do that, you find this like flat, like almost metal tray. You can't really see it because it's in the trunk, but like there seems to be like a rail like on the back of the seats. So you like give it a tug forward, and as it comes into the light, you see a number of things. So the first thing that catches your eye is in the back of this, really nice car. You pull this secret compartment forward. The first thing that you see is... You recognize it? Yeah, you said you watched some action movies. You recognize this as a rocket-propelled grenade or an RPG.
Oh, jeez.
I hold it up and I turn to Mr. Gray. You think this will work?
Absolutely.
Cool. I bust out the back window with it.
All right.
And then I flop it down and I go, plug your
She's
ear?
actually holding it backwards.
This goes. There you go.
As she has it like pointed like right next to your head. Like,
Okay.
a naked gun.
Okay. This is the right way? I got it now?
it's all like in Russian. like on the side.
RPG 7.
Mm-hmm.
How do I fire it?
So there's that trigger. You point
This one right here,
You
and
you point the greenish cone thing on the end at that car. You're gonna want to put it over your shoulder. There you go.
She has it all sorts of the wrong way. So go ahead.
Close enough.
Go ahead.
You're gonna feel it.
Go ahead and
It's recoilless. You'll be fine.
are you aiming at the car?
Yeah, that's what he told me to do, right? You told me to
Sounds good.
aim it at the car?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm
So
aiming it at the car.
what I need you to do is roll me some kick-ass, but you're going to be at a -1 since you have never, ever, ever shot an RPG in your life.
Don't worry about your shoulder. It's recoilless.
10.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck.
I'm just like, I think I'm doing it the right way, right, Mr.
So, do you want to take a +1 forward or give a +1 forward? Inflict some more harm, suffer less harm, or force your target where you want
Force
them?
my target where I want him.
Where do you want them?
Away from me.
Upside
Okay.
down.
Upside down. Yeah, upside down. Like an action movie where it just hits the thing and then
Just
just go...
like rolls a little too many times in the air.
Yeah, and then there's an explosion, but it's not even the car. It's just somewhere nearby.
So,
She actually shoots a little explosion out with magic.
so after having finally gotten this RPG the right way and you having had explained how this weapon works, you see as she is like all over the place with this thing at first, and then she somehow manages to aim it just a little bit low enough to the point where it actually hits the ground just as the front tire on the driver's side manages to like connect with it, and it like wedges itself right in there. Giant explosion in this rural area as you see people who are walking up and down the road, like watching this scene. All of a sudden, an explosion rocks from underneath this car, and it goes flipping on its side like this, and it lands on its hood and goes skidding to a stop.
My eyes get really big and I turn around and I pull the thing in and I put it down in the seats and I scooch my head down and I go, I didn't kill anybody.
You're a natural.
Where did you get a fucking RPG or whatever this is? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Where did you get this?
Russia?
Are you a spy?
No. The opposite.
An honest, upstanding individual?
I'm not sure how that's the opposite of a spy. I'm the guy that the spies want to catch.
So, an informant?
No,
I don't
they
watch
don't.
a lot of spy movies, Mr.
That car you flipped, that was the spy.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. As Danica is now in the back of the car having a panic attack.
Oh, shit. Was it like
from...
a Russian spy? Oh, my God. Do you work for the military? Mr. Gray? I'm just a simple
You asked
girl
if he's the
from
Russian
Georgia.
spy, and I'm the one with Russian equipment.
Oh my God, it's like I'm in an action movie.
Remember, we're still in the Red Scare.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's why she's freaking out.
Yeah.
Mr. Gray.
Kids are still doing the...
Yeah. Oh, we were still doing that in the 90s.
That's fair.
Are you going to kill me?
No.
Okay. That's all I really care about.
Great.
Wait,
Let's
but
see.
are you Russian?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
What?
No.
No.
Okay, wait, this is important. We gotta save Dawn. I don't fuck.
No,
You could
I'm
be.
not from Russia.
You could be whoever the hell you want to be. I like you just the same. We gotta find Dawn.
They're right there.
Okay, how do I shoot this thing again if needed? I think it only came with the one attachment.
Attachment. We'll look back there and see if there's any more. And if there are...
Crawl into the trunk.
It's kind of dark in here. You feel around, but nothing feels like it would look similar to what would go back on the end.
I just come out with something in my hand.
Go ahead and roll me a d6.
Oh, jeez.
It's a 3.
It's a 3. So you find something else. It's a bottle of something, but like a big bottle of something, and you can hear it like as you're in the darkness. You can hear it kind of sloshing. It's not like water sloshing. It's like thick and kind
I just
of
like hold
viscous.
it out blindly right by the side of Mr. Gray's face. What's this?
No, put that back.
She holds out a bottle, a very old-looking clear bottle, and on it there is a number of very old, like Roman, like Italian writing, and you see the color of the liquid, and it is like this green viscous kind of liquid, and you know immediately what this is. This is alchemist fire.
You put that back, and don't shake it too much.
Uh-huh.
Is it a bomb?
It very well could be.
Oh fuck, I was shaking it to find out what it was in the dark. Are we gonna die?
Yep, you're gonna die.
You're lying to me. Just like you were lying about us dying on the plane. You are just a jokester, Mr. Gray. I just like casually put it back in the backseat.
She just kind of tosses it. There's a clink, clink, and you're like, oh god, no.
That probably wasn't anything but some like really old like potatoes or some shit that just turned into liquid.
Potatoes. You a hobbit?
Mm.
Potatoes.
Everybody knows that bombs aren't liquid. You're silly, Mr. Gray. I just crawl back up in the front seat and put my seatbelt back on.
Let me show you a little thing called nitroglycerin.
What?
Don't worry about it. How's that ambulance looking?
I think I'm coming down.
You guys are only about a block, or they are only about a block from the ambulance itself.
We're coming for you.
I'm in a hospital bed. I'm fine.
You're not even in a hospital bed. No,
I'm in a bed.
You're in a nice, comfy
Yeah,
bed.
that's right.
Yeah.
And we're all like...
And so, like, we'll cut back to you. You're having, like a really good time with Tony. He's actually a lot, like, he seemed nerdy when you had met him. And, like, now he's really interesting. Like, he actually likes a lot of the same things that you like.
Yeah.
And he's smart, but not in a condescending kind of way.
Oh,
you know?
that's good in a man.
Right?
I am not that. I am very condescending.
But, yeah, I mean, the time that you're spending with him, like, it feels really good. Like, you haven't gotten to rest like this in a long time, and, like, he's bringing you, like, breakfast in bed and meals, and they're all like...
Is it, like, is time...
Yeah, it seems to be skipping forward. Like,
okay.
You know, there's, like, a day, and
Okay.
then another day, and, you know, he's taking really good care of you.
Still in the bed, never leave the bed.
I mean, you get up, go to the bathroom,
Okay.
and you know, he helps you out because, like, when you get up, you look and it looks like you've been in a car crash.
Yeah.
Like,
Is there like an IV? Am I hooked up to anything like that?
You're not hooked up to like an IV or anything, but you
Okay.
definitely have like a cast on one leg,
Okay,
and
like that, yeah.
you get a bunch of messages. There's some messages like as you finally pay attention to it, you see that Danica has wrote, like, get better, and Olivia wrote, whatever.
It literally just says
It
whatever.
literally says whatever.
Whatever, Olivia.
Yeah, whatever, Olivia.
That sounds like something, yeah.
Yep. And Mr. Gray has wrote, like, a really long, like, story about how he met George Bush Sr.
It took up the whole half of a cat. Like,
Yeah.
He broke my other leg just so we could continue writing on that.
But yeah, like, he helps you to the bathroom and whatnot. Like, he gives you crutches and there's a couple times where you almost fall and he catches you. And
85 Reagan would still be the president.
Henrietta
What's
just
that?
like
85 Reagan would have been the president. Right?
oh yeah,
did
George Bush wasn't until like.
yeah, but he was a big oil guy.
True.
Yeah. Did Henrietta just like put a cigarette out on?
Yeah, there's a little burn mark.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody's put a cigarette on your cast.
Aw,
Oh, Henrietta. But yeah, I mean, besides that and getting up to move around, there's actually a really nice balcony that you can go out on and rest. And
what do I see? Do I see anything when I'm on the balcony? Do I,
I mean,
recognize anything?
It looks like Michigan.
Okay, like see the campus or anything, or
yeah, I mean, you can see the campus in the
because
distance.
that's probably what I would recognize.
Yeah, you see that in the distance, and the hotel you can see in the distance as well. What are you doing? But like
Does
it's
time
actually
seem
a nice.
hazy.
What?
Like, does everything seem hazy?
A little bit,
Like-
but not like terrible. Like it's almost like it's constant midday though. But like when you're awake and whatnot, like when it starts to get dark, like you fall asleep. But he brings in books and reads to you.
Oh, that's
and
sweet. You can
plays
read.
plays music you actually like.
You're gonna be pissed when you wake up.
If I wake up,
Don't worry, I'll do the electric like paddle thing, but just with my magic hands.
Mm.
Clear.
zaps me to the 9 house.
Ah, shit! I said
She's
somebody
gone.
She's gone now. Took care of her.
else.
But yeah, you guys see that the ambulance like comes to a screeching halt, and like the cops get out and like surround the ambulance. There's only about 4 of them, but there's like guards from the hospital. You know, a single cop or two.
You think you could get your way in there with your Russian spy badge and tell them that you use your case and save our friend?
Maybe. There's 4 cars.
No, there were only 2 cars.
Okay.
But there are 4 cops. There
Oh.
were 2 in each car.
Okay.
Our car looks beat to hell, though.
Yeah, it does.
I shot an RPG out at the back.
Your door's not exactly closing, like, all the way. There's a bullet hole through the front. No back window.
There's weird handprints.
That's why the door won't
Yeah.
close all the way.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were early in the chase. That's when all the exciting stuff went down.
Right, like the Jiffy Lube man beating up cars.
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna know that?
Hopefully he didn't kill those men.
Actually, you probably want them to not remember that at all.
Well, that's...
So, I'm not going to, like, pull straight up with the car.
Okay.
I'm kind of pulling to sort of an alley before, and then walk.
So yeah, I mean, you guys finally kind of screech to a halt as like the cops are all like, you know, they got their guns pointed towards the ambulance, and they're like, "Get out of the car!"
I don't have a badge.
The doors have, you
I'm
know,
dressed like a college student.
Just stay back.
you are.
I could pretend to be Dawn's sister. She's in the ambulance.
Yeah, well, just try to be a friend that is concerned about someone that was in the ambulance. But stay back.
Okay,
Sir Rory's sister.
I could probably do... Wait a second, and then I reach into my bag and pull out some sunglasses. Do I look high?
Only people who look high say that. Do I look drunk? Yeah, only drunk people say that.
Oh man!
I've put them on kind of slouched.
I wish you would just put on like normal glasses and they just like Coke glasses that just like enlarge your like dilated pupils.
Were aviators a thing in the 80s?
Yeah.
I got
Top
aviators.
Gun, man.
Yeah, I got
Top
some
Gun.
aviators.
Are very old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Classic or timeless look too. Yeah, wouldn't get very close.
All right. That seems
I think
fair.
that's the thing kids are doing though with the glasses. So yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, aviators and Ray-Bans, but I think we're like...
They still are. Really?
Same.
Yeah.
I have a fat, wide face. That's all that looks good on me.
Yeah, I'm glad the big glasses frames have come back in over time. And
So, you get out of the car, Mr. Gray, and walk towards these police, and one of them is like, "Sir, I'm gonna need you to stand back. There's an incident here." And he's like, "Oh,
The dean in the front. He's the one that I'm looking for.
well, we're trying to get him out of the car right now without hurting whoever's in there."
Also, I've got someone that's in the back. There should be 2 girls. The one that's not. Oh, well. The one not in the bed.
Okay.
I look back. That one.
So the doors have actually been closed again, so you cannot see into the back of this. It almost seems like somebody has also like covered up the windows with like a sheet or something.
I'm gonna get him out.
What have you tried?
Well, when we pulled him over, we said, "Come out," gave him the spiel. And he said not until he gets to talk to his lawyer. So he gave us the name of his lawyer, and we've called in, the experts that do this type of negotiating stuff. Just want to make sure that nobody gets hurt.
This is a very dangerous person. He's that string of missing girls and the couple that have won.
While he's having this conversation with them, can I try to read a bad situation from like the sidelines on what's going on here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Roll me a read of that situation.
Sharp is negative because I'm not doing so good right now.
Say you're looking out the back window, kind of creeping up with your aviators from the back seat, and like staring out, like looking to see what's
it's
all
bring
going
your
on.
daughter to work today. That's what.
Yes, in your shitty car, your shitty beat up action vehicle.
I'll call you Dad. I don't think that the age difference is there, but I look young. It's fine.
They're gonna think it's a weird. Like,
oh no, that's only. Oh, it's a 7.
7, so
Yeah.
it's a hold 1.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. I think. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed yet?
So you notice like further past the ambulance, there's actually like another car that like seems like it pulled up quickly, and the door is still open. There's nobody in there.
I leave the car.
Okay.
And I like before I leave the car, I like pull my hair forward and I like plait it real quick to make myself look a little bit younger. Because how old am I? Like 22?
You're 22.
So I'm pretty young. I feel like I look young enough where I could pass off as Mr. Gray's like younger sister, or like probably not daughter, but younger sister.
Yeah, not daughter.
So fuck. I want him to know what I've seen. So you said there's like a car that looks like it's pulled up.
Yeah, it's not quite parked like in the spot that it should be, but it seems like somebody had pulled in like maybe 3/4 and had like opened the door and not closed it.
Okay, so I'll leave the car and I'll walk up to Mr. Gray. I don't know what your fake detective name is. So I'll just like walk up behind you and then like pull on your sleeve.
Okay. What?
You pointed the car.
All right. What about it?
It looks suspicious. Like, it's all parked weird. The door's open. There's nobody in there. This just seems threatening. And maybe we should be
What
aware
kind of
of
car
it.
is it?
It looks like a pretty nice, like, we'll call it a sedan.
It's got 4 doors.
Yeah, it's got 4 doors.
Good.
It looks like a pretty nice car. Something that somebody on a higher budget may be able to afford.
The cops mentioned that he would call for a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably just a lawyer.
Did you ask them if the lawyer arrived yet?
Nope, I'm a little more concerned. I'm like
Following
moving my way
following
around
him.
to the front.
Okay. As you're kind of going around the front, you see that the curtain between the front and the back has been pulled shut, so you can't see into the back of the car.
Is there somebody sitting in the front of the car?
There is on the passenger side.
Who's best friend around?
It's a dead and
They're not.
slumped over paramedic.
They're not fucking here.
So wait, you were looking at the car, and you found a.
No, the
You
dead
saw
body is in the ambulance. There's nobody else in the front of the ambulance other than
That's
the
what I
dead
was
body.
saying. You saw.
Oh,
There's nothing in the car, right? The car's empty?
Yep.
I don't think they're in that ambulance.
turning to one of the cops. What the hell are you trying to pull here?
What? We're trying to get them out without hurting anybody inside the ambulance. What do you mean, what are we trying to pull?
Where did he go?
Where did who go?
The dean that was in the ambulance.
Assuming he's still in the ambulance. He couldn't have left.
He was driving the damn thing.
Probably
Who
in
did
the
you
back.
see driving when you got here?
We were at the back. We didn't see anybody. Assuming he moved to the middle of the car.
We need to just open the door.
He kind of... Go ahead and roll me a manipulate somebody.
Oh, I think I have a bonus on this.
I wrote my stat plus Coke.
Oh, plus Coke. It's like new Coke, but
Yeah.
it's plus
New
Coke.
Cook is going on right now in the
Mhm.
80s.
Yeah.
Might be even some in the back seat of our car in the cooler.
Nope. There is definitely
Not as cool as Crystal Pepsi, though.
Ugh.
I loved Crystal Pepsi.
They brought that back for a summer.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't taste very
Disgusting.
good.
Okay, no, I guess there isn't it. So manipulate. Oh, well, it is charm.
It is charmed. So what's he kind of looks at you and he's like, why should we go in right now before the lawyer gets there? He might hurt somebody.
Might he already has. Oh shit! So 5, 6.
That's 11.
8.
Oh, 8? So 7 to 9 they'll do it, but only if you do something right now to show them that you mean it. You ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. So he kind of looks around and he's like, I don't know, negotiators aren't here. I'm pretty new to the force and I'm the oldest one here.
Oh god! Bunch of rookies and one. One of them's old. Okay. So
dominance.
yeah. As
Kiss on their feet. Is that how it works? Is that
as I've moved to the back, I'll tell him this is no longer your jurisdiction. You're doing as I say. Keep your weapon trained on that door. He's already hurt the people inside. I'm moving around.
Right. Anybody says anything, I'm just pointing them your direction then.
I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna kind of duck, in an alley, kind of out of view.
The closest alley is probably where the car is.
But can I still see the back of the
ambulance? Yeah,
I'm gonna get back there, and that way, if something happens, I can magic, use magic, because I can hold. One of the things is hold somebody. So that's what I'm basically waiting for. If the dean is there, he tries to flee, I can try to hold him.
Okay.
Kind of thing. But out of view sight of the cops.
If he moves, you shoot.
They're all yeah, okay. And they all got their revolvers trained.
Oh, that's right. It's the 80s.
Yeah. No Berettas here, baby. Only for officers.
Oof.
So yeah, they've all got their revolvers trained on the back door. They're waiting for you to give a signal or for somebody to open the door.
I want to kind of try and be a little back, but center of the door, aiming. I'll tell one of the officers.
Kind of reluctantly,
from the side.
All right, and he goes in, he grabs the door, and he's and he pulls it open, and something starts to come out of the back of the door, and you see all these young cops just blam, 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 and they're squeezing off shots, and this body of the dead paramedic just slumps to the ground. It is full of lead.
I didn't realize we were in LA.
I applaud back by the car and shake my head.
Anyone else in there?
You look, and the girl is still she's still in there, but the gurney has been turned over, and there is a giant hole in the center of the floor of this ambulance.
All right. Okay.
And Dawn is not in there.
Son of a bitch, they stole my Dawn!
Is there a hole in the ground?
Are you getting in to take
Oh,
a look?
yeah, I'm gonna go look.
Alright, so as you get in the ambulance, you look down, and there's been a manhole that's been pulled to the side as it's
Why
been.
is it always...
I believe it's why is it always snakes?
But yes, you see manhole cover that's been pulled back, and in a rush, it's been put back on pseudo-ish. It hasn't been pulled over completely well. So it's still off, but you have an idea of what had happened. That's when the girl she takes a sudden breath and she starts gibbering again in some kind of language that you don't recognize, and she is rocking back and forth. And she's
You're okay.
crying. You're okay. And the cops all look in as they're putting bullets back in their gun.
Okay, so first of all, terrible execution. Second, somebody take care of her. I need two of you and you to come with me.
She's back by the car. She's nowhere near you.
Where did she go?
I'm by the car. I can see you.
Yeah, she's...
I just left the area.
She's back in the alleyway, back by the car, so...
I would... I don't know.
I mean, I'm looking at you.
Trying to signal her to...
Yeah,
I roll my eyes that you can't see because I'm wearing sunglasses, so I knock over. But I roll my whole body.
Whole body, just...
Yeah.
Ugh.
What?
We're going after them.
I look down where the sewers are, and I go, "Oh God damn it! Why do all the baddies want to go into the poop water? Why? Tell me why."
Most people don't like to follow.
This is what I've chosen as my life's work.
Yeah. Mistakes were made. Let's go.
Give a peace sign to an officer and jump in the poop hole.
Huh. I haven't heard that in weeks.
So yeah, you guys have to like.
Why does that detective have a teenager with him?
You guys have to like kind of work together to pry back this manhole since it is super heavy without any type of implements. But you guys managed to pull it to the side enough where you guys be able to dip down one at a time. Who's going first?
I thought she ended up just deciding, okay.
All right, so yeah, Danica, you start to go down. It's a sewer.
I
It
grumble the whole way.
Oh.
Are you headed in after?
Well, I'll head in after 2 officers. I asked 2 of them to follow, so.
To follow you guys?
Yep. Go down.
We're taking cops with us on a monster hunt?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So yeah,
More guns.
they head down. Down with you
before
guys.
I went to find Gray, could I have taken some of his fun things from the back seat, from the trunk? with me?
I'll say you had time to grab that green.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Put it in my backpack.
Okay. So yeah, you did not see this since you were
Mr.
busy.
Gray
with the
told me
ambulance.
that this could blow up. This could be useful. Puts it in bag.
That's basically what's happening. Yeah. So
He
yeah,
also told me it was dangerous. Bundles it around a sweater. Puts it, oh, my admission shirt.
Yeah,
Bag.
there you go. All right. So yeah, you made off with that. You look up. You're expecting Mr. Gray to be coming, but all of a sudden, 2 of the cops start climbing down the ladder into the sewer, and they kind of look and they look back up at you, and they're like, "What is she doing down here?
Following.
Why?"
Well, it's just a pleasure to meet y'all. What's your names?
My name's Officer Rodriguez. This is Officer Oren. Why is there a child here?
I am not.
That was rude.
I'm
Very
not a
assumptive.
child. It is very dark in here. I'm still wearing the sunglasses.
Pupils are dilated. You might be able to see better.
Probably would.
Apart from all the other things you'll see. Don't worry about her. Just make sure you don't unload your gun on some random person who you're not supposed to be shooting at.
Well, yeah. And so they're like, just stay behind us, ma'am. And they take the point on either side of the area.
I watch them walk in front of me, and then I look at Gray and I go,
You know, I've always really liked cannon fodder. Do you like cannon fodder?
"You're a despicable man."
Oh.
But I'm kind of into it. And I don't know why.
Dawn, something is going on this particular day that you're with Tony. He seems to come a little bit later than he normally does in kind of the morning to bring you breakfast. And the skies outside are a little bit darker, and there's some overcast and some thunder rumbling in the distance, but no rain. Sky is kind of a very odd, like, red-ish color. And, like, you start to think, you're like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be doing something important. Something really important. And then all of a sudden you start to physically wake up in the real world, and you look up, and your hands are bound above your head with some rope. And you look around and you see a couple of other girls also in the same position as you are. One of them is malnourished and basically looks like she is. You could see all of her bones almost underneath all of her skin. Her clothes no longer fit like they should, so you see rib cage. And she is just yep. And then each girl kind of lined up.
It's like how the other girl looked when they found her body, right?
Close to it.
Yeah.
Do they look dehydrated, sucked in nutrients, or just starved?
A little bit of both. Yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of worsens
As it
the
goes
closer.
along.
Yeah, the closer it gets to you.
How many are there?
So
Five
there
other?
should be 5 others in here with you. Yep. So yeah, they all just seem to be in some kind of daze, as their eyes are glossed over, and they're just kind of looking around at everything and not taking anything in. Your head starts to pound, and we'll say that you are at 1 harm. You look up and you see that somebody has patched you together a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And yeah, these girls they're not here at all.
Am I able to do you think one thing that's beyond human limitations, and can I reach out to Danica and kind of is that
so we ruled that ESP and all of that is not something within human limitations.
Okay.
You can't go beyond limitation with that.
so that would be
But-
big magic, right?
What's that?
Is that under big magic then?
No. So
Okay.
what I will we will you can we will say that you're trying to reach out to Danica in a way that you've seen Olivia do.
Okay.
But you don't know how Olivia does it.
Yeah.
So you're trying your best to think of a way around it. So I'll allow you to go ahead and use magic.
I'm not trying to talk to her. I'm more of trying to send out I'm alive.
A distress signal.
Yeah, kind of like that, an
Yeah.
SOS.
Mm-hmm.
So the effect is very small, we'll say, but
Okay.
we'll say that
My magical senses might tingle, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like a magic pulse that I might feel, kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Be an 8.
An 8. So yeah, it works imperfectly. So I'll allow you to go ahead and choose your glitch.
We'll just do the effect as a short duration.
Okay. So for a very quick second, Danica, as you were traveling along with Mr. Gray and these 2 police officers, you get the very sudden feeling, we'll call it, that Dawn is somewhere near.
Okay.
It's very quick,
Okay.
but it's like she were to have just come in the room and you noticed her presence, but then it's gone.
Okay. So I'll reach out
But it feels like it's coming from
forward. Okay.
Yeah.
The way I imagine is more of you almost take a mental picture and it would be that.
So I feel like she might be somewhere near. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I will reach out and touch Mr. Gray on the shoulder and go, I sensed her for a second. Dawn, she's somewhere nearby.
Well, that's good. It means she's not dead.
I need you to be my eyes for a moment, and I'll loop my arm through yours and continue walking, and then try to use magic to observe another place to see if I can observe kind of where Dawn is.
Okay, go ahead and use magic.
Okay.
Remember, you're still under the effects
I know I'm still bugging.
of... So it is -1.
7.
7? So go ahead and... it happens, but with a glitch. Go ahead and choose your glitch.
I'd say probably also short duration. Like, this is all new to me, this magic stuff, so.
So in that direction that you felt Dawn's presence, you try to, observe for a second, but you have to go a little bit further than you had initially reached out to, and so the duration of the spell comes quick, and you see just for a brief moment 6 girls that are like hanging from supports in a room, and for just a brief second you see 2 people like arguing with each other, and that's it.
How many girls are still missing?
4, 5.
Dawn's with them. They're like hanging up in like a room, but there are other 2. I just briefly saw there are 2 other people nearby that having an altercation of some sort. So we might be in for a fight.
Did you say something about the dean talking to someone earlier?
Yeah, he was talking with my new best friend, Brad, the one who gave me the coffee.
Okay, so
I didn't see those
could
people.
be who it is,
right? I didn't see who they were enough to recognize.
You just for a second saw 2 figures.
I basically sensed that there were maybe 2 figures nearby.
Well, we know we're looking for the dean.
And somebody else.
That could be the other person.
But Brad was such a nice guy.
We'll see how he is shortly. Say, officers, seems like we might be looking for 2 people. One with the dean, there's a chance this other person could have gone to a hideout that they might have down here. So keep that in mind, but still make sure you don't shoot anyone that doesn't need to be shot.
Well, if there's a shot that needs to be taken, though, we'll take it.
Yeah,
I would say...
Don't doubt that.
You know what? I'm just observing for a work-study project, so I'll just stay quiet.
Thanks.
Dawn, as you're like really weary here hanging up, you hear 2 voices. Finally, like the ringing in your ears kind of subsides a little bit, and you hear 2 figures, 2 masculine voices, speaking behind you, and one says, "I told you you're getting sloppy, and if you didn't follow my rules, that this was going to happen." And the other one says, "You're too clingy on your old ways. If you would have let me do what I wanted to, we wouldn't be in this problem." And you hear, like, footsteps come up. Like, the girls and yourself are kind of like this. Kind of, that kind of line up.
Yeah.
And you hear footsteps come up behind you, and are you staying conscious? Or are you trying to blend in a little bit?
I would probably like play dead a little bit, kind of just like play like I haven't woken up yet.
Go ahead and roll me an act under pressure.
Okay, is that a tough?
It is a cool.
Oh, that's not good. That is not good. It's a 7.
7? Okay. So you hear footsteps come up behind you, and for a second you feel somebody's breath like on the back of your neck, and you try to remain as calm as you can. It feels like somebody's like breathing in behind you, like taking a deep breath, like right here on your neck. And all of a sudden the girl next to you, she like starts to like move and start making noises, and you just hear this in your ear, and like this person walks over to him, and you catch a glimpse of this older man, the dean.
Dean.
And all of a sudden he puts his hand over the girl's mouth, and you see it kind of start to glow blue. And you see the welt start to kind of form under his hand, like on her face, the same kind of handprint. And she starts to kind of glaze over, and you see just a little bit of it as he darts his tongue out to her neck, and she suddenly screams out, and you guys hear this scream down here. And the cops look back at you and then start going forward at a quickened pace. And Dawn, you see as this girl skin starts to tighten up a little bit as it looks like she's being drained. So the cops start taking off in front of you through the sides. The water's flowing in the middle. The two sides walkway. They start taking off, and they start going at a pace that you weren't able to catch up with right away. They suddenly bolted, and they start running forward, and you, Gray, hear a sound that you haven't heard since you were in the Middle East. You hear a click and a twang. And
shit.
And then suddenly the cops' bodies slump forward, and their heads start to roll.
I raise my glasses up and flip them on my head. I put them back down. I'm not imagining that, am I? They're dead, aren't they?
Oh no, heads definitely rolled.
I just lean over and vomit.
Into the water?
Uh-huh.
Mm. Huh.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
We'll say this helps with your current situation, so you no longer have your...
I'm no longer plus Coke?
Yep. So you're sobered by the situation a little bit.
On the plus side, I feel
Never
better.
seen that reaction out of anyone before.
On the worst side, I feel real bad. Mr. Great. They're dead.
Yep.
We're not dead.
Nope.
You look great and you see a nice, thin, silvery wire right where their necks would have been.
What do we do?
Well, first of all, don't run. Duck under.
That's fair. That's fair.
And keep an eye out for more.
Also, if we really are facing an incubus, incubat, we didn't have any time to figure out how to fucking kill it.
Well, I haven't met anything that
I got silver bullets.
gun won't kill the
I got
right
a gun?
ammunition, so. I do pull out my knife. I'm gonna cut that wire just in case.
I
Just in case anyone.
pull out my sword.
It's pretty taut, but it falls down. Definitely leaves little nicks on your dagger there. It was very sharp.
Yeah.
You lead the way, because you obviously have seen this before.
Nasty traps, but they work.
Sorry, not Middle East, Eastern Asia is what I
Eastern
meant.
Asia, yeah.
Vietnam, Laos, that kind of area.
There wasn't a claymore attached at all. They just happened to.
No.
Are there any? Do I see any more traps? We'll just say I'm looking for any more.
Go ahead and roll me investigate mysteries. You're moving along then.
No, I don't want.
Do you want to help him?
Yes, I would like to help you.
So go ahead and roll.
Help out?
Yep.
Okay, you get a +2 for me if I successful. What? How do I help out?
What was?
It's plus cool.
Oh.
Plus cool.
Well, that's her helping you real quick.
What was? I didn't.
8.
8? So you get a +1, but you expose yourself to trouble or danger.
You get a +2 for me because of my ability.
So +2
What was
to
my?
your investigate mystery is a sharp.
A sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 11.
11? Oh yes. So you see, like, she's helping pretty decently for someone who's never really dealt with tripwires and booby traps. But you see as she's like, oh, watch out for that one. And she almost puts her foot on one of those, the type of foot detonator where, like, if it clicks to the side or anything, it has, you know the one I'm talking about. Yeah, she almost gets her foot on there, but you were like, stop.
Yeah, just these you just go around.
Okay.
So I'm imagining you're using your hold to continue to investigate and keep yourself out of traps.
Yeah.
Which we'll just call all in all. So it takes you some time, but you come to this more open area, and you guys kind of squeeze along the wall. It's a little bit lit down here. There's a couple of candles that are burning in certain areas. Very dim light in here. And Dawn, you kind of, like, pretending to be asleep, you catch a glimpse of Danica and Mr. Gray, like, peeking their head around the corner into this room.
I just see that, like, make eye contact with them, or
like they look in and real quick, and they do a scan, but you see them for a brief second. Before they had come into the room, however, you saw this being, like, almost basically suck the life force out of this girl next to you. But whoever the other one is, you didn't quite see them, pulls them away from them, and you hear, like, some scuffling, a little bit of fighting, and then they stop, like, deadpan, and you hear some kind of thuds and some splashing from way off in the distance, and you hear them, like, doing that deep kind of sniffing again, and then nothing. So you guys approach, like, the corner, and you look in real quick, and you see Dawn and 5 other girls, like, hands tied above them. The girls looking more and more gaunt as they flow away from Dawn.
What do we do? There's 2 other people here somewhere.
Yeah, we peek in. We don't see anyone else. Just the girls.
They had to have heard. You think they heard us? When we set off the trap?
Possibly. I will. Yeah, I'll go in checking my corners.
All right. Yeah, I mean, so just to kind of give you guys a visual descriptor of this room, one of the inlet that you're coming from flows onto one of the sides, and the room is shaped kind of like a rectangle with kind of a half moon, like, in the middle of it, and the girls are kind of splayed out in the back, kind of in this direction.
Okay. They're just tied up with rope?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so I mean, as you kind of check the corner, there's another sewer section that probably goes back. Let's say you guys are on the southwest side. There's another sewer section that goes southeast as you check that corner. Okay. There are a couple of pillars on the north side as well, probably about 2 on either side.
Okay. Well, I'll continue forward, just making sure there isn't anyone that's hiding. And
can we try to...
I'm making my way towards...
read a bad situation in this? I mean, we know that there's enemies somewhere.
Yeah.
Since you've seen it, I'll allow you to go ahead and...
can I help, I guess?
Yeah.
Both doing it.
Give me a second. Don't give me your total yet, because Mr. Gray is going to help.
Okay.
was there I see them coming in. Can I do just rope like bounding?
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
like up here.
Just see if I can do that. I imagine there's not like a spell I could do or anything like that. That would,
I mean, yeah, right now it's kind of keeping you from doing your
you can't
your
use
somatic styles.
But could I see if I could kind of like work it to see if it loosens it up a bit at least?
Yeah, I mean, you can start working it, trying to give yourself a little bit of slack.
8.
8 to help.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's a +1 to your read a bad situation.
Okay, that gives me a 9.
A 9. So you have a hold 1 on reading the situation.
Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
I will say without asking me that, you know that there are 2 individuals.
Okay, so maybe I'll ask a different question. Okay. What's the best way to protect the victims?
So seeing the room as it is, best way to protect the victims is they're not going to be able to move. Most of them, anyway, are not going to be able to move. Is to put yourself in between whatever these creatures are. The room shaped as it is, they're pretty close to the back of the convex itself, with just a little bit of walking room. So, kind of reading the room, the left side behind the pillars and the right side behind the pillars are basically probably where somebody could come from because they are shaded. There's no candlelights back behind these areas. So putting yourself between these 2 sections is probably a good idea.
I'll kind of say that to you, and then I will also reach into my bag. I don't know how to use this, but maybe you can make it.
She pulls out the jar of alchemist fire.
Okay. Actually, probably not a bad idea. She brought it.
You told me it could blow up. So.
Yeah. And start a hell of a fire. Set up. See if you can try and set up a trap.
No, you do it. Because I don't know how to use that.
That's fine, just don't shake it. Oh, fine, I'll do it. You get hurt.
Okay, I will try to go to Dawn cautiously.
Alright, so
watch my back, right?
You start moving towards Dawn. She is are you opening your eyes to
Yeah, because I would have noticed them come in.
Okay. And you see she's trying to work her bindings to get them loose there, and she sees you. She's looking really rough at this point, and you see she has that hand welt on her neck and chest.
Mm-hmm. Do I get to her?
Yeah.
I take out my silver dagger and...
It's thick rope. It's gonna take some sawing, so you start you reach up and you start sawing away as you're setting up what kind of trap.
For 2 seconds, I thought you were going to check, stab me, make sure I wasn't possessed, but...
So
takes the silver dagger, stabs Dawn.
Tie.
Okay.
I just had my character attack by 2 silver daggers. Having flashbacks to Finnick.
So there's 2 entryways.
Yeah. So think of the area itself. I'll kind of draw you a crude map here. Disregard this part here. I was just drawing that so I keep a straight line. So the girls are hanging up from rafters. In this area, there are some bigger columns, and it is dark back here. You can't see what's kind of back in this area, but you do know that these 2 sewers lead back to the south here.
Which one did we come from?
You guys came from this direction.
Okay.
So
So
gonna show you guys. Show camera.
okay. So this would definitely be boom if it were thrown.
Yeah, it would start quite a conflagration if it were thrown.
If it were shot.
Definitely.
Big boom.
Big boom, bottom boom.
Boom.
You get the feeling that you don't, like, transferring this liquid to something else isn't going to light it ablaze.
Yeah.
It's probably, the liquid itself is fine.
Yeah.
It is the introduction of something combustible, something flammable that sets it off. So just throwing it is going to cover something in the liquid. Throwing it is probably not going to make it explode unless you introduce...
Throw it at somebody. Shoot them. Boom.
That's one way to do it too.
Well, I mean, it's just like a more...
Just throw it up in the air like
Well,
the
what I
little
was
like
thinking
bird
is,
shots, and then I'll just...
Yes, please.
I don't like that. I'm turned out.
What?
Nothing. Skeet shoot it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got good aim. I'm sober now. I vomited.
Well,
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's actually pretty close to you as you smell vomit on her breath.
I saw two men get decapitated just a minute ago. Watch my back, will you? I'm
I
sorry.
don't know if that's Eric or a dog.
well, both.
I don't have any mints in my bag. Just a thing of really explosive liquid that I gave to Mr. Gray.
So what are you doing with this liquid?
Well, I want to try to see if I can set up some sort of trap for them
Yeah, here. I mean,
when they come back.
I could pour it on it and I can start them on fire.
That's what I say. Just throw it at them and then have one of us shoot them, or John throw a firebolt at them.
Right.
I'll let you take the map.
I mean, I don't know where I'd have to stand in order to be able to throw it.
I mean, anywhere in here. This room
No,
isn't...
it's not that big. Okay.
Yeah, the room's not huge by any means. It's big for a sewer area.
Okay, cool.
But
Well,
it's
then
probably
in
just a
that
large
case-
cistern.
In that case, then I'd hide behind a pillar and be ready to throw.
Okay. Yeah, which set of pillars? Which side of the room?
This side.
Okay.
Where-
That's also the side with Dawn. Like,
Yeah,
she
okay.
is probably, like, in this area, too.
Did you get a good look at your assailant? Besides, I think there's somebody else here besides.
There's two of them. I've only seen the dean, but I don't know who else is with him.
Okay.
They're not getting along right now.
But it could be in our favor.
I agree.
Yeah.
Get me down.
I'm fucking working on it. I'm not strong. I mean, I'm getting there, all
Just
right?
use your sword. Why are you trying to pull the rope apart?
I'm
using a
using a
dagger.
dagger.
She's using a dagger to, saw the rope.
In my head, it's just a letter opener, just
Yep.
blunt.
Yep.
Do you think the sword would work better?
Might be a little quicker.
Yeah.
Okay. You go to swing
I'm
and
missing it on now.
you go to swing and Dawn, you hit to the ground.
Okay. Oh, but were we suspended?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you hit the ground and the girls around you all start to move and make noise. It's kind of like this like groaning, and it's kind of off-putting.
Should we cut them down too?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
I don't know if that now's a good time to do it. They're gonna be back any time.
Okay, what do we do?
Hide.
So she gets you down, gets the roping bindings off your hands there.
Wait, hide behind one of the girls.
Okay,
The
the
pillars.
nearest one to Dawn then.
The pillars.
There are pillars. I hide behind a pillar.
Okay,
Oh.
so Mr. Gray is
I've already forgotten.
behind you,
I go to the other pillar then.
On the other side?
Is there another pillar by Mr. Gray?
Yeah, there's one further down here.
I'll go by that one.
By this one?
Yeah.
Further away? Okay. Dawn, or you're like having to, like, she cut you down and then she just kind of left you there.
I helped her up.
When I heard them talking, do I kind of know where they were in the room?
Yeah, they were back here.
Back where? I can't see the map where you're gesturing.
Where you guys just
where they're heading, and you're like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah, like I think they were over here originally.
Oh.
I don't know where they went.
Okay, well, Mr. Gray, they were over there, so maybe we should go over there.
And you hear a voice behind you, Danica, say, "Yeah, we were over here." And you feel your hand on your chest, and you take 3 harm and are poisoned.
Oh no! Oh no, Lord, no! I'm not okay. You said 3 harm?
So minus any armor that you have on.
Okay, so
remember
just 2
that.
harm. Okay. I'm barely.
Did you have armor on?
Yeah, I did like a +2 armor.
So then you should have been.
Well, that's all right. Well,
that's fine. Okay.
Story, right?
Yep.
I also got into a car accident. There was a lot of
fair.
damage.
I just fucking hit. Who hit me in the face?
Like, you look back and it's the dean. He is standing there. His eyes are like.
Can I
lit up with
retaliate? And since
you
he's
can.
right there, I just fucking stab him with my sword.
Go ahead and roll me harm. Or roll me kick-ass. That's what it is. Sorry, we don't roll harm.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at. I'm pretty sure I get a +1 whenever I roll in front. Okay. So I get a plus.
By the way, Don, you are no longer poisoned.
No longer poisoned, just have 1 harm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I learned.
You're down to...
Oh, down 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're down to... You can take 1.
12.
Okay, I will...
12?
12.
Okay. So what would you like your additional to be?
I would like to give +1 forward to Mr. Gray.
All right. So Gray, you hear this voice from behind Danica, who's hidden on the other side of the pillar from you, and you hear this kind of like.
So he takes 3 damage from me.
Yep. You hear this crunching and this magical glow, and you hear Danica kind of cry out in surprise, and you hear a long blade like sink into the creature. Your sword's not silvered, is it?
No, just my dagger.
Yeah, that's
because I was not given an option for a silvered sword.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. Mm-hmm. So, you said 3 harm.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she actually like uses the momentum of her blade to like push him around the column for him to be in your line of sight. As she takes both hands and she like shoves the sword in, and she like kind of forces him into the line of sight for you.
Well, given that she is too close, I'm not throwing this because I don't want to get any of it on her.
Okay.
So I will shoot at him.
Alright, go ahead and roll me some kick-ass.
Which is
tough.
Oh, hey, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9? Alright, 7 plus. Yeah, it's good. What's your harm?
That was 2.
2 harm? And it's silver?
I'm using the silver bullets, yeah.
Okay. So he, like, gets shot from the side, and he kind of hisses over at you, and he, like, pushes off of your sword with you, Danica, and he, like, goes low, and his claws, like, extend a little bit, and he comes along to you, and he reaches up and grabs your hand where you have your gun out, and it starts to burn. So you take 3 harm.
I don't like this guy.
Neither do I don't think I'm going to lower my school.
I need a pencil.
Pencil?
I don't have a pencil, I have a pen.
We'll just
crit boxes all over. That's
I know. I have a bunch. Right? Isn't that what everyone else is doing? Am I the only one taking harm?
No, I use a pencil so I can erase it.
Oh, I don't believe in pencils. I don't believe in.
I probably do.
Everything is permanent. So
It's
I use
over
Sharpie.
in my
Right.
bag.
I like if we
I
could
have
get
a bunch of
sponsored by
pencils.
Sharpie Ultra Fine Point. That's the only thing I'll write with.
Oh shit. Hey, oh, there it goes. Hey, it's back. We brought it from the dead.
Oh, just call it Dawn.
Oh.
That's pen.
Oh boy.
Christian.
Well,
There
that's
you go.
not good.
Did you? Oh no, you don't have armor, do you?
No?
Okay.
Here's a pencil. Sorry, that was loud. Well, here's a pencil.
I just in my mind I just look like the creation of man in front of the webcam.
And we probably did block the webcam
Yeah.
out.
Dawn, you are awake again, and you see all this happening as you've got a decent vision on where they're at, so you do have line of sight.
Could I get up, kind of stumble backwards, and then just shoot something off at him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Gonna use your
Yeah,
blast?
I'm gonna use a blast.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a 4
Plus your weird.
plus my weird.
Ooh.
Roll double ones. Unless can I do luck?
Oh, this is where Dawn kills
You
all
can
of
use
us.
I've never done the luck.
Okay.
So you do luck.
Yep. You mark off a luck.
Okay, let's do this. If I can find my luck.
Yeah. As soon as we're done in this part.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna mark off a luck. Do I roll again? Or
No,
does
you don't have to
I-
because it's an automatic 12, but you need to mark your experience because it
Okay.
still counts as a fail for what you roll.
So that will fill me up.
Oh, hey, that's
Right,
neat.
yeah.
Hey.
So it's like, do I level up now? Or
Yep.
is that the end?
Nope, you level up now.
Let's see.
It is immediate. Just too bad it doesn't heal you like in other RPGs.
Right?
That'd be handy.
That would
Okay.
be the time.
Right?
I am gonna take another Spell-Slinger.
When you level up during boss fights.
Right? I don't think that was copywritten. You just made that up.
Yeah, it wasn't like. Let's time to go to bed.
Alright, so what is your harm on your blast? Is it 3?
It is 2.
It's 2?
And then if
But
it's on
since
my-
it's a 12 plus,
can I add
on
the
your
fi-
kick-ass, you
Oh,
can add
can
fire
I-
if you want, but he is like right next.
Yeah.
Oh, but it is a 12 plus.
Because
so
if
you
it's
can
10,
add your
if it's
fire.
10 plus, the fire won't spread.
Yep.
So since it's not a bad thing, so I could do that. So it would be a 4.
All right, and then so on a 10 plus under the kick-ass on the other side, you get to choose one of those effects. You either get to take +1 forward, give +1 forward, which is basically a +1 to whatever roll anybody else or yourself wants to roll. You can inflict another harm, you can suffer 1 less harm, or you can force the creature into a position that you'd like.
What was the first one? Is that will be all the hunters get a +1 forward?
You get to choose somebody to give
Okay.
the +1 to, or you can take it yourself to use later on.
Or I could take. So it's do that.
You give or take,
Okay.
add a harm, receive less harm.
Add a harm to the attack. Okay.
Yep.
Receive less harm
Yep, or force the creature.
into a position.
Yep.
I will take 1 less harm. I'll do that. Just I feel like that's a smart thing to do.
All right, and so that's 4 fire, right?
Yeah.
So Gray, you look and see out of the corner of your eye, you hear this blast of magical arcane energy, and it turns into a searing hot fire, like right next to you, but it doesn't spread to you. It is hot. But this creature, all of a sudden starts to like squeal. Its human form burning away, and you see, like, underneath, you see these tiny, like, devil-like horns underneath its skin, and you see, like, inside it, this blue fire, like, start to, like, erupt from its mouth, and it, like, goes into this giant eruption of fire, and the creature just, like, stumbles into a pit of, like, scarred or charred bones and ash in front of you.
Oh, you killed it. Or something.
I believe he's been expelled.
Oh!
Yeah. Okay, they
Can
don't
we
like...
call this episode School's Out?
School's Out. Well, he was the professor, so you probably more mean fired.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah, you've been fired.
Good lord.
There's another one.
Another one.
There's another one, and they don't like fire, apparently. What did you...
You hear from behind you, because it's part of that same kicking ass and part of their turn too.
Okay.
You hear somebody like land behind you, and they, for a brief second, you feel a little right on your neck, and you all of a sudden start to feel a little woozy and slow. Your hands and your lips and, like, all your extremities go really numb. And
this must be how Danica
and
Accurate.
you take 1 harm. But you are
Wearing armor?
slowed.
Slowed?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I'm wearing armor, so
it reduces it, but you're still slowed.
Okay.
So you take no harm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm good, but just slowed.
Yep.
Did we see what landed?
Which, for Monster of the Week, means that you skip your next turn.
Okay. Sounds good.
Do we see what lands?
You do. So you both turn. You hear kind of this a little bit of splash in this very dank room, and you look behind and you see Tony from the chess club.
Fuck Tony.
He doesn't have his glasses on now. His hair is slicked back, and he, like, real quick, like a quick darting with his tongue, like, it reaches out and it, like, flicks Dawn in the neck, and she all of a sudden, like, starts to swell up a little bit in, like, her face, like, her extremities start to, like, swell up as she kind of looks at her hands, and they start to move like this a little bit. And, like, you see Tony, like, there's suddenly a flick of a tail behind him, and he looks at both of you and smiles a real, like, sharp-toothed smile.
Well, I just don't know what she saw in you.
God damn, you're ugly.
Yeah, and you're supposed to ask for consent before you go necking people. Jesus. And then I shoot him with a silver bullet.
Go ahead and roll me a kick-ass.
Ooh. 11.
11 is a success. You get to choose an extra effect.
Choose an extra effect?
Yep. You can give or take a forward.
I would like to force them where I want them, which is far enough away from Dawn and the girls, like, away, but you can throw the alchemist fire at them. But they would take from my gun, and it's silver.
I'll say as part of that, you kind of move in, like, pseudo close to him, enough where you're at the back of the wall here, kind of in between him, and you're forcing him out kind of into this area out here. So go ahead and give me your harm.
2 damage.
2 damage? Okay.
And it's silvered. And how much damage do I take? Did you say?
Not yet.
Okay.
So as you get close to him to kind of force him out in the area, you actually see as he takes his claws and he kind of scrapes them along his chest, which he's got like his shirt open now. And as you're about to force him like away from you with your pistol shot, he reaches out and like claws you like down your chest. And all of a sudden, those wounds start to fester and boil.
Man, that's how you get diseases.
So you take 2 harm.
You only take
Yeah,
one
he's
harm.
been in the sewers.
And
He's
you
probably
are
got some
poisoned.
Nasty.
Oh
fecal
man,
shit.
I just got over being fucking hot. God damn it.
All right, so he is forced out into the middle, Mr. Gray. What are you doing?
I'm gonna hey ass butt him.
Yes! Yes, good reference.
I don't get it.
It's...
That's
It's... Right? But I guess...
Do you get it?
It's from the episode of Supernatural where Castiel all of a sudden shows up during the showdown between Michael and Michael and Lucifer, and he chucks like a Molotov of holy oil at Michael and like forces him away. But he says first, "Hey, ass butt." So
yeah.
So you're popping the top off of this, shoving a quick rag in there, and then lighting it up, and then saying, "All right." Any catchy one-liners as you throw it? Or actually, "Hey, ass butt."
We'll commit to that.
All right.
At this point.
So go ahead and roll me some kick ass.
Okay.
You still do have a 4 that you have not used
For
from,
me, yeah.
Danica giving it last time.
So 2 plus. I forgot already.
On your tough.
I'm going to use it.
Luck?
The
the
plus
forward?
1.
Okay.
Right, that's +1 from
Yep,
that? Yeah.
+1.
I'm going to use it, so I will have 7.
7.
Oh.
Nice. So yeah, you light it up and you toss at him, and he turns to you and kind of hisses as that tail flips a little bit, and you say, "Hey, ass butt," and you chuck it right at him, hits him in the chest, and all of a sudden, you guys, this is the first time that you've seen Alchemist Fire in action. It pushes you guys back just with the sheer force of like sudden ignition. And this fire is bright green, and it reaches the ceiling of this place and like spreads out over the entire ceiling, and it continues to burn long after this creature has fallen to the ground and is in ashes.
I just look at you with my eyes big. Why in the hell did you tell me it did that when I was shaking it around in the car like a fucking margarita?
Margarita. I told you not to shake it.
That could have been us!
Yep.
Holy shit!
And
It
is
was almost
still
us.
burning.
It's hot in here!
It is super hot in here. It's actually.
I want to just take credit real quick. I'm going to just consider that canon that's where Castiel got it.
Yes. But yeah, this
And Marjorie.
what?
Marjorie from Game of Thrones. I feel like basically what she did to the church.
Oh yeah. No, this is actually starting to make you guys uncomfortable in here.
Can we cut down these girls and get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here? Thank you. I will start going to get... Are they all still alive?
Yes.
Okay, I will start cutting
Barely
down.
on the last girl. Like she's going to have to be carried.
Okay, well, I'm not very strong, Mr. Gray.
As soon as
Actually,
the
I am very
creature goes
strong.
up in fire, like all of these girls start to like come out of the haze that you had been in. You remember everything from the haze itself, and they start to kind of come out of this. So that's where we're actually going to take our first break. Now we're back. So we're back in the cistern underneath Kalamazoo, and this group has just dealt with 2 incubi and has freed the 5 remaining girls from their bindings, and now needs to find a way out back into the real world.
Well, we can go back the way we came. There are a lot of traps, though. Did you deactivate them when we found them, or did we just go past them?
I thought that's what we were doing, except for the one mine.
So we've deactivated all of them except for the one mine.
If we go that way that we came,
Then let's go back that way. We can go up through a sewer.
We can go up through an ambulance.
They have to have moved it, right?
I don't know. Probably not a good idea.
Okay, so do we try to find another manhole cover somewhere else? Is that another path?
Actually, you know, it might be fine. We'll just let them know. Well, we have all of these girls.
Are you gonna bring the heads of the cops that went with you?
No.
Oh no, we're totally leaving that shit. Just throw the head up.
You still have a badge, right? So, you know.
Yeah, because I didn't take any of my stuff. I still have all the
that's
stuff.
a good story. You know, you were looking for your partner.
Guidance, yeah.
Your partner got imprisoned with the girls. We're bringing him up. I'm shadowing for job study. For work study or whatever. I want to be a CIA agent or FBI agent when I grow up. Clearly. A FIBA.
The only concern I have is if our friend that you sent a greeting to is back. I probably don't want to be there.
Our friend I sent a greeting to, we didn't make any friends.
Well,
are you talking about the car?
Yeah, the car.
And the rocket? Oh. Wait.
This is the first you've heard of a rocket gone?
Yeah.
Did you know that person?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you did. You did. He's a spy. Right.
Yeah, the spy.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he's a Russian spy, then he deserved to have his car flipped over by a rocket.
Damn commies.
Not really a Russian spy.
I feel like there's some things that you're not telling me. Why don't I have an accent anymore? I think I forgot where I was.
I think you might be the spy.
It's me.
Keyword.
It's me.
Activation.
Yes.
Suddenly.
Rocket is your word.
Rocket is my sleeper word. I said it to myself.
Oh God! I'm a spy.
Okay.
Must
I'm
crush
Southern.
you.
So yeah.
I feel like there's some things you should tell us that you haven't, maybe.
I don't.
But now is not the place or the time.
Yeah, I mean,
we need to get these girls to safety.
We definitely do. Are you all right? I start like touching you and squeezing your face and like looking in
you
your
might
eyes.
blow her up.
I made the Michelin Man come to life earlier today.
Is that what we're calling Gray's dick now?
What? No, literally the man of tires. We were trying to save you. Look, these girls don't need to hear this. They probably think we are crazy.
Yeah, a couple of them are like coming to and are like, Are you gonna take us somewhere safe?
Yeah, follow us.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah, of course. Mr. Gray, you pick up that girl. She can't walk. She's barely living as it is.
You pick her up and she's maybe feeling like a buck, maybe a little less.
Okay, maybe I can carry that.
Y'all, rest of y'all can walk all right?
And like two of them are helping each other, leaning on each other, but most of them seem like
All
they
right,
can
follow us
slowly make it.
and you lead the way.
Okay. Don't step on that.
Or that. And don't look at that.
As there are two headless policemen.
Don't mind those.
Don't look at it.
Mannequins.
Mm-hmm. We're underneath a mannequin warehouse.
Yeah, they're selling police uniforms.
It's a, you know,
It's a
like
uniform supply store.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you are escorting these girls back towards the hospital. Then I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you guys takes you a few minutes, but you're able to get to where the manhole had been over the ambulance, or under the ambulance rather. seems like there's a lot more noise coming out, coming from above. Seems like there might be a little bit of hustle and bustle from up top.
Yeah, you might want to go up first.
No, I might want to go up. Not at all.
You might want to go up first, Dom.
Why me?
Well, you got a
You
badge,
have a
right?
badge. You are also a victim.
Don't victim shame me. Okay, I'll go up there and start pulling the girls up.
Okay. So you make your way up, and you're back in the ambulance. It seems like there was a hole that was literally like punched down in the ambulance floor itself. You didn't see any of this as you were unconscious. But yeah, you climb your way back up through the ambulance, and there is a number of like police. Like there's a line drawn. There are people like that point guns at you that are like, you know, waiting, and they're like, "Who are you?"
I come up with my hands up and like holding my badge,
and they help you out.
Okay. Oh no, I gotta remember what I said. What my name was. It was the Luis Chicone.
Chicone.
Yeah,
Right.
Chicone.
And they're like, "Are you alone?"
No, I have the rest of the girls and my partner and his shadow. Oh,
Okay. And they
Works then.
yeah,
like they usher you out of the ambulance, and there are other like doctors and stuff waiting there as they take you to the side and start like examining you, and like they take you to like an op center that they have like put up outside to start like patching you together. And they put like, you know, one of the
tinfoil blankets.
Yeah, one of the tinfoil blankets, the stress blankets, and from those kind of situations, they put a blanket around you and start taking your vitals and everything. They bring the girls up, and obviously, one of you is gonna have to either carry the other
I will.
girl.
Yeah, I will. I'll go up and then have Mr. Gray help hand her up to me.
Okay. So Gray, you push her up.
When I go up, I will do a quick to see if there is that guy whose car I blew up with anywhere nearby.
So there's a number of people bustling around here. There's been police tape that's been cordoned everything off, but you guys are near enough to the entrance to the hospital where there are a number of doctors and nurses that are, you know, helping the girls, getting IVs started, you know, especially for the really weak one. There are a couple of people here in suits as well that you see, and they look like they're questioning some of the police officers, and they're starting to make their rounds towards the girls.
I'll lean back in the hole like I'm going to help him up and go, I think there are some actual federal agents here right now.
That's okay. None of them know who each other really are.
Okay, I'm just letting you be aware. I just don't see your particular friend.
That's good.
Yep.
Everyone else is out?
Yeah, you're the last one.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. So yeah, you guys come up, and you're taken to the side immediately to be examined for any wounds or anything like that. Even if you reject, they're like, "Oh, you can't leave without."
That's good because I'm unsteady, so I would like some aid.
So go ahead and roll a d6, each of you. You have wounds.
5.
So you heal 5.
I'm
5.
100% better.
5s all around. All right.
Wow.
Cool. I still got a little boo-boo.
Yo.
I'm a little bruised.
Mm.
So
I still got a handprint bruise on my chest.
5 of the attacks, or 5 of the harm that you suffered so far. So it's a good trip to the hospital today.
They got some great paramedics
They
here.
do. We should always
Kalamazoo, just remember.
We should always come to Kalamazoo for our healing needs.
No shit.
Even some of the boils that you had suffered, like they start like scraping them away very carefully and administering ointment. Like they've never seen this before, but apparently they know how to handle it. And Don, the like inflation in your hands and your face, they like they start to administer antihistamines and they start working almost
Clearly, you
immediately.
just had an allergic reaction.
Exactly. I'm allergic to succubi.
How good are you with reattaching heads?
You asking like the doctor that
Yep.
is helping? Is like, that's been surgically done just yet.
Oh, well, you might want to find out quick. There's 2 officers who were not as lucky as us down there.
I'm sure that the policemen that are going down will find them and bring them up to the.
Okay. Well, they already went down.
You should have warned them about traps.
I didn't think they were going to leave so soon.
Um,
Can you piece together a bunch of parts? Like a human puzzle.
not me. No.
Somebody should warn them. I don't know if they can on the radio.
He like yells at an intern to go talk to a cop. Yeah, and he's suturing up like one of your wounds there, and all of a sudden, Gray, you feel that familiar click on your wrist, and you look over to see a very familiar face. He's got like road rash burns like up his face. And he says, Gray, it's been a long time since we've seen each other.
John, what the hell happened to your face?
Well, you know, funny enough, I'm driving my car along and it blows up as I'm chasing your car. Can you imagine that?
Were you driving a Ford?
Hey.
I just kind of see this and then kind of go over towards Dawn.
So yeah, Danica kind of moves over to you and kind of motions towards Gray, where you see an individual in a suit has handcuffed himself to Gray.
With that man's car with an RPG a minute earlier today. Mr. Gray told me to.
Is that why he's in handcuffs?
I imagine that Mr. Gray knows him from a previous altercation because he was following us.
It is
But
too bad for
I
him.
don't really know what to do other than just let Mr. Gray get arrested.
He'll get himself out.
I have faith that he will, yeah.
He knows the right people.
Maybe we'll just go to the hotel and wait for him.
I don't think that's a bad idea. Let's make sure these
I
girls
think
are okay.
that the car is still drivable, but do you have the keys?
I do.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Which is great because it's hot wired anyway
Yeah.
right now.
We should make sure the girls are all right.
Yeah, they're getting treated, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of stations around that they seem to be, getting first aid and being shunted into the hospital.
I think we should take this time to disappear while they're distracted.
I agree. I kind of try to make eye contact with Gray as we are clearly leaving him here.
There's a couple of more agents, Gray, that you don't recognize from first glance. But they come over and they start, actually cuffing you. Seems like Kepler was just making sure that she didn't weasel away from him this time. And he'll uncuff himself from you once you have actual handcuffs on. And he says, why don't we go downtown and have a talk about that plane of yours?
You can go anywhere you like, but you don't honestly think you've actually gotten me.
I think this time I've got just about enough to get you for good there.
Oh, John, you have to know, you won't actually have me until I turn myself in.
We'll see about that. And he does the whole cop, get him out of here. And they shove you into another unmarked black car. And you guys see as he's driven away from this location.
Do you think we need to follow them?
Nah. I think he'll get out. If not, then we could probably just go get him. I mean, like, you and I are pretty magical people. I feel like we could just prison break, right?
Prison break.
He'll be fine.
He knows the right people.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a lawyer.
He's probably got 10. He's probably sued each of the lawyers that he has with another lawyer.
Yeah.
I think what you need, what I need, we gotta go covered in shit water, is to go back to the hotel that Mr. Gray has paid for and take a nice bath.
I think that's a good idea.
I really like that idea.
Even though you've already had a shower today.
I'm covered in shit water. I gesture to
Literally the worst idea possible.
Alright, so you guys jump back in the car. Don, you now see that the car has taken a little bit of damage. There is there's a bullet hole through the front window.
Okay.
There is no back window whatsoever.
There is a discarded RPG launcher laying.
Just kind of on the back seat. Yeah, the seat wasn't pushed all the way up, and there's some kind of like slide table, and there's just like a thrown on RPG that didn't get pushed all the way back in as you look in the back seat, and then you like look to the driver's side, and like the metal has been like bent in, and you can see like hands, like handprints, and the driver's side door doesn't close, so whoever's driving will have to like hold the door closed.
I would get in the driver's
and
like do that in the car and be like, did you let him drive?
Yes. And he almost kicked me out the car. But it's alright. I got back in.
I do think they should take away elder's driver's license.
I think you're right. I think there's a certain age where they
once
should
you hit
not
that age, you just...
Nowhere near it.
I know, but you're old to us.
I've learned some things about Mr. Gray today that should scare a normal person. But
you aren't normal.
I just find it really interesting. Yeah.
What is that?
Interesting?
No, what is that you learned about him?
Well, he told me that man who just arrested him was a spy, but not a Russian spy, but a spy. And he's got a Russian RPG in the back of his car. And something called Alchemist Fire that you saw.
I saw that. That was intense.
And then when I asked him if he was a Russian spy, he diverted the question. So
we might have to ask him some questions next time we see him.
I don't want to. I just like him the way that he is.
Well, that's sweet, but we're going to work with someone. We need to know.
Well, I did ask him if he was going to kill me, and he said no, and he sounded very sincere.
That's good, I guess.
So you guys make it back to the hotel, having to hold the car door.
Yeah,
closed.
it's one of those like.
I imagine that like we got like one tire almost flat, so we got like a.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just like the pimp. I like to.
The rims are on the side just a little bit.
I also lost our map, so we're gonna have to go to Myers again.
Oh, okay. Do you know how to get there? Or do you need a map?
Well,
shit.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Well, we'll just call a cab.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, you guys get there and you're able to take showers and rest up a bit. So you make it downtown, Mr. Gray, and you're put into interrogation room. You know, obviously has the two-way glass and probably a camera behind it as well. It's about an hour before Kepler finally decides to.
But while I'm waiting, I want to say to the glass, hey, could one of you bring me a list of the current top 10? I want to know if my rank has changed.
You can't see or hear any response to that right now. But yeah, now about an hour later, Kepler comes back in, and he's got a couple cups of coffee in the old styrofoam, cups, non-biodegradable. And he puts one in front of you, and then puts one on the other side of the table, and sits down, and he says, "Boy, we've been here a few times, haven't we?"
I suppose, yeah. It's been a few. Did you get the request earlier? Sometimes they just, I don't know.
He kind of looks back towards the mirror and kind of rolls his eyes a little bit and says, there's a number of things that we could try you for, but I think this most recent turn of events is gonna be the real cherry on top of this cake.
Is that so?
Yeah, your plane, it unfortunately went down, but
I was there.
Unfortunately, yeah. I got to tour it before you got on.
I just kind of noticed that. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. You got a lot of neat toys down there.
Yeah.
There's kind of gas stations.
Oh, yeah. I've got a lot of toys I'd like back too. Don't worry, I'll find a way.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Bet you're missing a couple of toys, aren't you?
Yep.
Like, say this one, and he reaches into the inside of his coat pocket, and he pulls out this little, well, I shouldn't say little because it's kind of shaped like a golf ball. Has the dimples on it and everything. And there are, 4 floating, like, triangles that are, like, floating whenever he touches it and whatnot. It hovers right above the table. And he says, "Sure you know what that is." You do know what this is.
Okay.
This is a piece that was taken from the, I forgot what they call it, the Pinnacle Stone of the tomb of King Tut. It's very magical item. Not that you need to share this particular information. But is actually said to house some of the worst curses that the Pharaoh has yet to even unleash on the land. Oh. You had a buyer lined up, but...
You, it's very kind of you to bring that to me. I don't want to have to look for it.
Oh, I know, it didn't even make it through U.S. Customs. Can you believe that? No record of it being in this country.
Wow. There's no record of a lot of things.
Yet there should be, shouldn't there?
I think that's up for debate.
Well, I think the government of Egypt probably will have to disagree with you. No. We're still on talking terms, us in Egypt. They may even extradite you.
Oh, I've never been to
Right? It's actually a great country. Have you ever been there?
Can't say I have. Too much sand for me.
It's a coarse and rough.
It's everywhere.
Especially there. You should go sometime.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off. Maybe we could take a trip together. I could take you myself. We could go see all the sights, maybe even the Egyptian jail.
Now those are great. They take care of me. Also, there's the prison system is totally different. I think we definitely should. They've got a lot of caring individuals. You might like it.
Gray, and enough of this shit. You know what we're after. You know that the FBI has been looking for a certain artifact.
I don't care what the FBI is looking for.
Well, the FBI cares when it goes missing on your watch.
There is nothing that I have ever taken beyond those outside of my extracurricular activities.
Well, we'll get the answer from you one way or another, even if I have to dig a few more of your toys out of the closet. He takes a deep drink of his coffee and says, points to yours and says, I didn't poison it. That's what you're asking. He gets up, leaves the room.
Oh, I know you couldn't poison this. It's not like you. You like it when I taste this god-awful horse shit.
Welcome to being a normal human being, Gray. Hope you'll enjoy it down here with the rest of us. And he, slams the door.
Still didn't get my list. I'm gonna need that when I leave.
He leaves you for quite a while. There is no windows in here, so and no clocks. So you have no idea in the sense of time, but you can tell that quite a bit of time has passed. It's getting later at the hotel. You guys have bathed, maybe called up room service.
Gray's paying for it, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
I totally bought everything on HBO.
And did you take things from the bar as well?
Mm-hmm.
Fridge?
I didn't even eat them. I just took them out.
Mm-hmm.
Just put them in your bag. For
I
later.
want this for later, and this. But you want some, Dom?
Mhm.
Yeah, you here go.
I need something with nougat.
I pulled a couple of things out.
Yeah.
There's nothing with nougat.
Are you kidding? It's a Milky
There's Milky Ways back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stuff is 1800s.
Do you think that they have a map down at the front desk or an atlas?
I would assume so, right?
Got.
That's what you got before.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna call down to the front desk.
They'll bring one up with them.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Is it a map of the area or is it like a full atlas?
It's full map.
Perfect.
Of Kalamazoo.
Okay, well that's not gonna help me. I was looking at the coordinates that I got from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I might as well just to check. Are they anywhere on the Kalamazoo map?
They are not.
So I thought, I need an atlas. I look at this and I go, thank you. Do you have an atlas?
I think they sell them at the gas station, the miners.
There's a Circle K down the road.
You can check it out.
You want to go to Circle K?
Yeah.
I looked up gas station lists. There's also a Sonico.
Oh, sure. Anyway, you guys take a road trip in the beat-up car.
No, it's just down the road. We'll just walk there.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Do they have
Don doesn't walk.
I mean, it's been a rough day.
We get a taxi.
Yeah, we
get a taxi.
Can't we? Yeah, can you get a taxi and discharge to that account to the room?
Sure, why not?
I don't know if you do that.
Can you call us a taxi? I go to the front desk.
Oh, sure.
You
yeah.
charge it to the room?
I think the taxi takes its own currency, so whatever cash
that's
you
fine. I
have.
have cash.
Oh, that's good to know.
I think I only have 100. Oh yeah, I'm gonna call a taxi and have him take us to the local Circle K.
Okay.
So I
Keep
need
the
an
meter
atlas.
running.
I don't even tell you why I need an atlas. I just want an atlas.
Sure.
And
sure,
we can
sure.
get some snacks.
Perfect. Girls'
It's kind of late. Do you think if Mr. Gray doesn't somehow get out of FBI custody by morning, you think we should
let's
go and expedite
Let's
it?
give him the night.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do in a night, and then we'll call on our resources.
Exactly.
I don't know what kind of
I just need to rest. It's been a
It's
long.
been a long day.
Wasn't ready for my freshman year.
You know what? This is crazier than my freshman year was. I'll tell you what.
That's some next level hazing.
Right?
What's going
Yeah.
on?
It was like rush week.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the guy you were flirting with, right?
It was. I wasn't flirting with him for, like, fun. It was information.
Well, it's interesting because I saw that professor guy talking to the young gentleman that I had some coffee with, and
just some espresso?
Yep.
Some pick me up?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Gave me lots of energy. Helped me find you. But anyway, I saw him having an altercation with that young gentleman, so I wonder if it was totally unrelated or, you know?
Yeah.
Weird, right?
It wasn't Tony. It wasn't.
No, it was his name was Brad. I don't know. Maybe it was a completely unrelated issue. You know, he was the dean.
Yeah. Because did she bump into Brad? Is that who she bumped into in the crowd? And then that caused him to drop the ring, right?
Yep.
Because you have the ring.
No, Gray has the ring.
Well, the dean had the ring, and you bumped into him.
Oh, is that what it was?
Dean had the ring. He might have just been yelling at him for doing drugs on campus.
doing that side gig he's got. Don't do that.
He might have just been yelling at him for having coffee on campus. You know, they're really not into the
Is it a dry campus?
Yes. Dry as in no caffeine.
No, it's a Mormon. No
yeah,
caffeine.
They don't
Not in
believe
that part of the country.
They don't. You're not here. They don't. They don't believe in caffeine.
Oh, it's a Baptist school.
But do I have the ring or did Gray have the ring? Did you give it to me to show it to me?
Do I still have the ring?
Yeah.
Maybe I just did.
I'm pretty sure Don was the one who picked
I don't know
it
if the
up.
ring's important. But we're talking about him a bit like,
It's a coffee ring.
yeah, that's all it is, right?
Yeah.
Like,
It opens, right? Like they open, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Compartment.
Can I pop it open to see if there's anything in there still?
So it did get trampled when everybody was walking around, so there's residue.
Mm-hmm.
some dirt.
Yeah.
Close
mud.
it. You can keep it if you like, or you could just throw it away.
I don't get any vibes off of it. It's just a ring.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a ring. It's a drug ring.
Drugs.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Yeah, this is the 80s. Just say no,
Yes,
Nancy
I know.
Reagan.
Yeah. Yeah, I just need to get an atlas.
Okay, let's get some
And,
Atlas and some Cheetos.
Yeah. Cheetos sound good.
Cheeto Paws.
Oh.
That's like 90s stuff, though, I think. But I like stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I want to
We're
do.
rewriting history. It's okay.
Exactly. Well, this is an alternate dimension in
That's
theory.
fair.
So that's what I want to do. I want to
So
go.
you guys are going to the gas
Yeah.
station.
I want an atlas, like a
Mhm.
map, like a world atlas, basically. Because they sell them in gas stations. They used to because for people who were like traveled
Yeah.
a lot, that have like all the
Exactly.
maps of all the places. And then
While
a
she's
full-
in there looking at maps, I'm just gonna go straight to like the pharmaceutical section and just like, I assume we have like one of those little like shopping baskets. It's just gonna be like of like acetaminophen, Tylenol, like trying to think of what else we need. Like some Pepto, like
Need some first aid.
just we're just gonna like
just a first aid
stock up.
kit, yeah.
Yeah. So you're grabbing atlases and whatnot. There's not too many people in here, which is kind of weird since it's on a decently busy thoroughfare. But there's one cashier that's just kind of sitting up at the front desk, and he is trying his damnedest to not fall asleep on the job.
Sounds like I need some coffee.
There is one other person in here. Somebody who is in like a really oversized hoodie. Looks to be a decently petite figure. They're wearing shorts with these like big combat boots that are not tied up, and long, big hoodie over top. And you look over real quick, Dana, because there's like a sound. It sounds like the fountain machines are going and they're not stopping. And you see this person has like their head underneath the fountain machine and is like drinking like the soda that's coming out of it without stopping. And like the cashier like is like, "Hey, stop that! You gotta pay for that." And like the figure just kind of looks over at him. You don't really see a face, but like stops, look over at him, and then goes over to like the Slurpee machine and puts their head underneath the Slurpee machine and starts to like just drink all of the Slurpee mix.
I look at this for a little bit, and I look over at the cashier, and I shrug.
The cashier is like rolling his eyes, and like he pulls out like his phone and puts it on top of the desk, and like very like this, it's inner city-ish. So he like starts to very lazily dial like probably the local police number, not 911.
Mm-hmm. Hey, some weirdos drinking out of the machines again.
Yeah, it's not an emergency, but
Yeah.
it's like maybe the cops can come and handle it, that kind of thing. But yeah, you set the atlas up on the counter, and the clerk doesn't notice you at first because he's like dialing, and you're just kind of looking around. All of a sudden, you see behind the desk, you're just kind of like looking around, like waiting for him to finish his call, and you look behind the desk, and this person in the like giant oversized hoodie is now like standing behind you at the counter.
Evening?
And you just hear this bleh, and like a bunch of like liquid hitting the floor behind you. It's like hitting the backs of your legs.
Oh, I turn around. Oh, you...
It's all water. It's not puke or anything like that. It is all like pure water.
I look up at her. Are you alright?
She looks up at you because you are definitely.
Or I look down at her, yeah.
The face is a girl. She's probably looks to be in like her 16s, 17s or so. And like she just kind of looks up at you, and like her mouth is hanging open, and all of this water is pouring forth from her mouth and is like flowing out from your feet.
You're definitely not alright. Dawn?
Yeah?
Dawn?
I'm a southern now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because you've been hanging out.
Yeah, right.
I kind of like slowly back away from this girl vomiting up nothing but water.
She takes her hand and like pushes it to you, and like this stream of water like hits you in the chest and knocks you against the counter and keeps you there. Like you try to like push yourself away, but it's like trying to fight a fire hose.
A little bit more high pitched and panicky. Dawn! Dawn, help me!
I like.
You hear this voice, and she's like, "Where's your friend?
What friend?
Where's your friend that was with you earlier?"
Dawn?
No, not the girl, the boy.
Gray? Hey, I think that he is currently in prison.
Where is
He was arrested.
he? Okay.
Are you a friend of his?
No.
Are you an enemy of his?
She holds out another hand, and like it hits you like in the face, like fire hose, and you actually go like.
Look, Pam, I just met him 3 days ago.
You go like pouring over the counter, and like she hits the poor cashier who hasn't quite dialed through to there. Dawn, you hear this, and you come around, and you're like sloshing in water on the ground.
You just come in, and you're like Kramer.
Yeah, exactly. Splish, 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 splish.
Yeah.
And you see this young girl, and she like looks over to you, and she has these like really sunken eyes, like she hasn't slept in a really long time. And she's got kind of these gold iris eyes, and she just kind of waves at you from underneath. Like she's got a really long hoodie on, and she just kind of waves at you from underneath the long hoodie, and she says, "I'll be seeing you all soon." And she like takes off.
What the hell?
Before she leaves, can I cast some magic on her and try something? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll go first, I guess. We'll see. It'd be a 10.
10? What are you?
I'm trying to trap a specific person, minion or monster. Can I like stop her in her tracks? As she's like walking away.
Yeah, so like she reaches the door and she stops for a second as this glyph kind of appears underneath her feet, and you see as she looks back, and she looks real annoyed at you.
Okay.
She suddenly, like, from her physical form, she suddenly splashes onto the ground in water, and she, like, starts to fade away into the cracks of the cement.
Sir, we have a cleanup in aisle 2. You'll need a mop.
Y'all just keep this place filthy. It is moist in
Aren't you
here.
behind the counter with him?
Yes, you
You just
are.
like stand up and you're like,
You two are, like, laying on the ground, like, next to each other, like, soaking wet.
Yeah, I stand up. Y'all got like a sprinkler malfunction or something, clearly. And I drop a $100 bill on the counter and I climb over it. This is for the map and whatever Dawn picked up in her cart. And also the cart. We're taking that too. Thank you.
yeah.
The cart? The little hand basket.
Yeah, little boop, boop, doo, doo. This is where we go. Circle K.
Circle K.
Circle K.
So now you have a Circle K.
I think we should start collecting shopping cart back. Like, where we go. Some people get postcards.
I
We're
climb
getting...
back. I flip up the counter to go back through and I close it. And I go, you have a lovely afternoon. You keep the change.
She's just looking around, like, dumbfounded, like, what the fuck just happened?
I think you got a leak in your, your fire system. It's just water everywhere.
What? What just happened?
You have a lovely evening. Let's go, Dawn.
Okay. We just hydroplane out of there.
He's, like, trying to get up from all the water and, like, standing around, like, looking like, what the fuck just happened? As you see him just looking around the store. Soaking wet. The cab's still waiting for you. You have to kind of wring yourself out a little bit.
We need to talk about this when we get back to the inn, I think.
What kind of people does he know?
The more I learn about Gray, the more questions I have, to be honest, and I'm starting to like him less and less.
I didn't like him much to begin with.
I mean, I think he's attractive for an older man.
For an older man.
Well, I mean, I don't know any
For
older
a man.
attractive men from the 80s, so...
So later on, after this has happened, that you don't know about Gray, it's been a while since anybody's checked on you. You can feel that he's probably trying to sweat you out a little bit. Somebody does come in and bring you, like, a tray of food. But beyond that...
I got waterboarded.
You did.
But beyond that, nobody really comes in and checks on you. Suddenly, from the other side of the glass, you hear
Is that on my list?
you look over at the door. There's no window in the door. You look over at the door because you hear this, like, spilling of something. And you look over at the keyhole and you see these tiny little grains of sand start to pour in through the keyhole in this door.
Huh.
Yeah. Right?
It is coarse and rough. It's getting everywhere.
Yeah, I totally feel like... Or at least a minion.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like that's what it was. Yeah.
Oh boy. Am I cuffed to the table?
You are, yeah.
Oh, this is great. I don't really know what else I can do. I mean, if it's coming in, I'm assuming that no one is on the other side anymore. So
You definitely heard something akin to maybe the head hitting the glass on the outside. But yeah, you see as this pile starts to form right in front of the door, a very large pile, and suddenly it starts to shift and move upward into the very familiar Adonis-like figure that you had seen in Sioux Falls. A figure you know as Dardanus. He has since done away with his toga-like clothes and has adopted more of a business-like look. He's got a dark suit on. His hair is still very blonde.
Nice suit. Great to see that you're going modern. But we use handles now.
And he kind of looks over at the door and rolls his eyes and says, "It was locked."
Yeah, but you were on the other side. That's usually where the... You know what, never mind. What brings you to visit me in this inconvenient place?
Precisely because it may be inconvenient to you right now, mortal.
I will give you that one. But you still didn't say why.
Let's chat. And he takes the chair and he does that little turn where he turns the back of the chair against the table and he sits down, puts his hands on the table and he says,
"He's been paying attention to too many people."
He puts his hands together in front of him. He kind of smiles at you and says, "You almost thwarted me from breaking the seal in Sioux Falls, and I gotta say I didn't take too kindly to that. But I feel like we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. Perhaps there is mutual understanding we can come to."
What sort of understanding would that be?
Well, your surrender, of course. Your acceptance of rule under the Titans. Perhaps if you agree to even help us break the seals, maybe they will make you into the higher echelons of these immortal slaves.
Well, you come with an alright first, round of bargain. I don't think I'm gonna agree to that. Don't take any offense. I'm just not really one for following someone else's rules.
Well, there's always the alternative, death. It's really the only bargaining chips I'm bringing to the table here for you. Death or enslavement.
Ooh. It's not a lot of options, and I don't like either of them. How about we start with,
As you clink your chains up, he says, "No, I think I like those just where they are."
I don't. I might listen more without him. Hard of hearing, metal rattling all over the place.
He says, "Well, you should get used to it because if you live, you shall be in them for the rest of your life."
Oh, yeah, see, you're just...
If you live.
You're mate. You really got to learn how to sell someone on an idea. You are about as far away from it as possible.
He reaches across the table and grabs you by the collar, and he lifts you up without even looking like he's even bothering any kind of breaking any kind of sweat on him. And he pulls you closer and he says, "Listen here, mortal. I said two choices. Die or help us."
You spilled coffee on your suit.
He kind of looks down and rolls his eyes at you. So this time you actually hear the door start to wiggle and it opens up and Kepler comes in, gun drawn, and he is like, "Great, what the hell did you do?" And then he looks at this guy manhandling you, and he starts coming into the room and popping shots in it, and you see like as this sand just like, and Dardanus now looks directly at you, and then like grimaces towards Kepler, and he reaches out towards Kepler. You see something start to move in Kepler's jacket.
Oh. You might want to take that out of your jacket.
What?
The thing?
He reaches in his pocket and holds it, like, up to you.
Yeah, that one.
And as, like, Dardanus is moving towards it, you see as it starts to suddenly open up and start to spin. And it starts pulling in these sands. And you see as Dardanus, like... And he, like, whips into a wind and goes right back out the door. And Kepler's like, what the fuck was that?
I don't know, but what are the odds that worked, honestly?
What worked?
The thing.
This thing?
Yeah.
What did this thing do?
I don't know. But he didn't like it.
Obviously.
We should not lose that. I'm going to need that back. I'm also going to need you to undo these.
You have a lot of explaining to do.
No.
That's the title right there. No.
No.
Meanwhile, Dawn and I have pulled everything out of the money fridge.
Yeah.
He, you see as he, like, is thinking for a couple of seconds. Go ahead and roll me a manipulate person. Manipulate someone, rather.
I bet you $100 Greg gets out tonight. What is that?
I'll take that bet.
Alright.
Dawn does not have $100.
Alright. I'll buy myself.
Oh, wait.
You
It's
got
10.
10. It is 10 exactly, huh?
Yep.
He kind of looks for a second and he's like, fine, I'm giving you a head start, but I am coming after you for answers. And he, like, undoes your cuffs.
That's sweet of you. Did you give me that list?
Get the hell out of here.
Fine. Find someone. I'll find one else there.
And he, like, hands you the head start, the icon stone there, and
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
okay. Are you heading to the hotel? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is rather late, but as you guys are having a girls' night,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like
I've
there's
taken
candy
the
wrappers.
I've taken the atlas and I've like unfolded it across the whole bed,
Mm-hmm.
and there are empty bottles and candy wrappers everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Remind him not.
HBO's on the
Yeah, exactly.
on the TV.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna pull out the coordinates my mom gave me, and I'm gonna try and find where it's at.
this is great and all. This is an atlas, but without the correct instruments, probably aren't going to find the coordinates that she gave you.
But aren't atlases laid out with coordinates?
Latitude and longitude, yes. However, like, you don't have, like, the tools. Like, they're not the minutia latitude and longitude ones. They're you could get by with this, like, giant squares. So, you had the right tools for measurement. This is definitely not the current times where you can just Google it or find it on a map. Like, you actually need tools to be able to read, like, exact measurements on a map.
Fuck. How do I get the tools that I need?
It is super late.
I guess there is a college campus, like, right here.
You guys hear the door, like, open up to the hotel room.
Did you call for room service again?
There you go.
Didn't, but like,
The
that's
full
good.
list
What did they
of
got, do you think?
1985
I mean, I think they're
HBO.
probably closed.
Oh, shit.
What?
We'll say the Goonies is playing.
Oh,
Cool! Hey, you guys!
But yes, you
Sure, wear my
guys
Goonie shirt.
look and you see Gray kind of...
I look at Dawn. You owe me $100.
Oh wait, I'm out.
No, you just get the
Can you
next
spot me
Perfect.
on?
Yeah, I was like, I'll get you the next time.
Alright. I point to a pile of candy that didn't get eaten and a water bottle, or and some drinks for you.
I'm good.
He had some prison food.
I got waterboarded by a young girl in a big hoodie that was looking for you. Just
Not lying.
Oh, okay.
and by waterboard, I mean she vomited water at the speed and velocity of a fire hose directly at me and knocked me over. So that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
It's a good night.
how was your night?
Not bad. Bad coffee.
You guys only talk about coffee.
I got this back. Little spear thing.
I don't know what that is.
So you guys see as he kind of moves this like large, like metallic, almost golf ball looking sphere in his hand. These other like triangular pyramid type shapes are floating, like one on top, one to this side, one to this side, one to this side kind of situation, and they're just kind of floating ever so slightly off of the circle. Oh, and just kind of like, I got this back.
Why did a federal agent arrest you?
I'm not actually sure what his reason was this time. Also,
This time.
ran into a friend from
Was it the
zoo.
waterboard girl? Oh.
Turns out he's scared of this thing.
Then we should keep that. Wait, how did he find us here?
I don't know. I can only assume he followed us.
Well, that seems accurate, yeah.
Yeah, he might have experienced a plane crash about the same time as us.
Wait, was he on our plane?
I don't know for sure. What was saying on it. I can only make a educated guess
Alright.
on the matter. So. It's something else is definitely going on if you've got a water friend.
Well, she was looking for you, and she didn't seem like she liked you. I thought maybe it was some other secret of yours.
There's a list.
I mean, she
of
looked
people.
young. Maybe you just have a daughter somewhere looking for you. That could be a thing.
I guess there's a chance, but I don't know.
Did you,
that
have
they'd
you
be
fucked
very
any
old.
water elementals lately?
Can't say that I have, knowingly.
Hmm. Alright. Well. Hey, this is really off topic, but by any chance, do you know how to find coordinates on a map and have the tools necessary to do so?
Yeah. I do.
I slide the atlas over to you and some coordinates written on a piece of paper. I don't want to explain, but please find where these are.
How many is it?
It's just a set of coordinates.
Just one? Okay.
Please find where this is.
Okay. Sure.
It might be important. It might not be. I might just be having some fun. We'll see.
What are you looking for?
I don't know.
Alright. I'll take a look and see what I can find.
So you go to your bag that you left here. You have a set of tools to be able to read coordinates on a map.
Oh, there's a person.
It takes you a little while, but you actually make out the coordinates to Keystone, South Dakota.
I was really hoping we didn't have to go back.
What?
Well, is this something based on the current events we're put in? all this weird stuff?
I
'Cause
don't.
this is in Keystone, South Dakota. I hate to backtrack. We still need to get to New York.
Keystone,
this is
South
bringing us back.
Dakota.
Okay, so doesn't seem. Do you know?
She's just been talking about this map for all night, and jumping around on the bed, eating Snickers.
I got hungry after I had caffeine today.
Well, apparently Snickers is good for that.
Yeah. I think
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
that these coordinates are very important to something, and I think we need to go there.
Just a hunch.
Big hunch. Big hunch. Big boom. Very important. More important, even, probably, than New York.
Well, that part's a little debatable considering our Sandy friend asked if I would be interested in either dying or becoming a slave.
Dying,
For
of
all
course.
eternity.
Yeah, clearly dying is better.
Did you choose slave?
No. I let him know that he spilled coffee on himself. And then...
Yeah, again with this coffee.
and then
No, you guys are adults.
my
You don't want to try it.
associate...
It's not good for you.
It's not my growth.
My
Make your nose kinda
let's
sore,
just stick
too.
to associate came in with this.
The man who arrested you?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You guys like ex-lovers or something?
Nope. Apparently, I just upset him.
Rubbed him the wrong way.
Well, you upset me too, but I still like y'all, right?
Well, you are two very different people.
I mean, clearly. Now, I think these coordinates are important. I think we need to go to them. They may help us
While
with
they're doing that, can
what
I
we need to do.
go up? Who has the, like, you call it the lodestone?
Mm-hmm.
Can I take that from you and look at it? Can I look into it and study it?
Try not to break it.
Where's my ground?
Does magic, it blows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of play with it. Like,
Yeah.
you push one of the pyramidal shapes in, like it springs
Is there
back
like a
to-
little tension to it? Like,
yeah, almost like magnetic.
yeah,
where-
like that. Yeah, that. Okay. Do I sense anything off of it? Like, do I pick up anything?
I mean, it's definitely magical.
Yeah.
Can I look at it?
You can all look at it because you have eyes.
Yeah.
Where did these come
Holy
from?
shit!
Is this considered... Well, this is a magical item.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My sect has... I have picked the magical item thing. I don't know what that means. But when it's one of our traditions, magical items in ancient lore. So this might be something that I could figure out what it is. Maybe. But Gray might know what it is because he probably stole it from someone.
I like to.
This is the first
I like
time
to
you've
say
seen
I
it
just
on
acquired
Gray. So I will say you know its lore up to its history, but not like its magical
I
lore.
like to say that I didn't steal it though.
Is this something, just looking at it, is this something I think that the professor that we were going to go and see in New York would have some knowledge on too?
No, because the professor you were going to see was a historian on ancient lore. Mhm, Ancient Greek
not
lore.
ancient.
Yeah.
Okay, so do I know of anyone that's an expert on like ancient artifacts? Where did this come from?
Egypt.
Okay, do I know anyone who is an expert on ancient Egyptian artifacts?
I mean, not off the top of your head, no. You'd have to do
Do I know anything about? Probably
some
not.
digging.
I mean, I can look and see if I know anybody who would maybe be able to give us information about this. Bobby might, honestly. And we need to go to Keystone anyway.
Is Keystone anywhere near South Dakota or Sioux Falls?
I don't know. It's in South Dakota, so it's probably close, right?
And that, everybody, is a foreigner to South Dakota mentality right there.
I'm good at it. I just learned how to say Sioux Falls in the first episode. Look, I don't want to disclose too much information, but I got a tip with these coordinates, and it might be helpful.
From your bag, Gray, your cell phone starts to ring.
I have my cell phone bag?
This is the newer bag that the attendants had handed you beforehand. They loaded up supplies, so they had replaced your cell phone.
Yay.
And my cell phone bag.
Oh!
I'm gonna take selfies. Oh, wait.
Two.
Nope.
We don't have cameras.
30 years too soon.
Yeah.
You can't even invent them because the cameras aren't on phones. That's so unfortunate.
We should pick up a Polaroid camera.
That would be really fun.
I feel like, I think that's what
Actually, those
We
could
should've
be
got
really
one at
useful.
Circle K.
I'm going to
Right?
answer the phone.
Like
Okay.
in real life and in game. I think it's a camera.
So, on the other side of the line, you hear some pretty heavy breathing.
It's not even you.
The breathing sounds like somebody who has definitely smoked for many years. And you just hear a very familiar, raspy voice say, "Gray, I need a favor."
And what is it you think I owe you?
I don't know what, but I need a favor. I'm willing to pay anything.
What's your request?
I had to do something bad to save Livy.
Right. What have you done since you flew out of an airplane?
Oh, is it Henry?
You should
I've done some really bad things.
Will you tell her I'm sorry I threw her out of an airplane? I hope she's not bitter.
I need y'all to come as fast as you can.
Where are you?
I'm in the Black Hills.
Why does everyone want us to go back to South Dakota?
I told you something else was important.
I'm going to need more information. We need to know more where you're at so we can get there.
I'll call you again. Or you can call me when you land. This number. She gives you a number. You, real quick, write it down. She says, "Make sure to bring them other two." You hear it click.
I need a new plane.
Does it have to be like a private plane?
I don't think it's a good idea that we travel commercial all of our stuff. So I'm going to make some phone calls. Why don't you look more into Keystone?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to go to the Black Hills.
All right. Is that where Henry is? Is Livy with her?
She did not say.
Okay.
Probably.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So we need to make it quick. She needs help.
Okay.
So
How far away is Black Hills from Keystone?
You look at your atlas.
Yeah, I didn't
It
think you brought that.
It looks real close, actually, on the map.
It is.
Cool. You go make those calls in your own room? We're having a girls' night.
Right.
So,
When he leaves.
okay.
I trust you.
Good.
More than I trust Mr. Gray at
Yeah,
the
he's
moment.
A little shifty.
And also, he seems to like artifacts, and I don't know what I have, and I don't want him to take it. So, my mother came and saw me when you guys were gone. And
How did she find you?
Well, I've been looking for her.
By the way, one quick reminder
Mm-hmm.
is that when you guys came back to your room,
Mm-hmm.
Covered in blood?
covered in blood and
Forgot about
sigils,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's still covered in blood and sigils. I didn't clean it. So, if anyone wants to ask first.
Yeah, I feel like we probably would have had that conversation.
yeah, you come in, Gray, and there are a number of sigils, like, penned in blood on the walls.
I mean, she woke up still sort of drunk. You were still sort of drunk when we left, right?
When you left.
I
yes.
was in the shower
Yeah.
still when you left, yeah.
So, I don't know. As far as I know, you were just losing your damn mind.
Yep.
I feel like when we got back from...
We might have had this
I would've
conversation
been like-
earlier.
What were you doing? Is this you, or is room service just that weird?
You might want to leave a big tip.
Just redecorating. That's all, just redecorating, guys. You know, I like weird, bloody sigils.
You don't live here.
This is where I lay my head tonight. I live here.
Oh boy.
Don't you paint blood sigils on your walls when you go to bed at night?
So calming.
Demons at bay?
No. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Right,
I do take the items back, though.
Okay.
Yeah, so my mother came and saw me, and I gestured to the bloody sigils all over the room. I ain't seen her in months. The reason I started hunting was to look for her. She's a hunter. Is. I don't really know. But she told me to stop following her. And that somebody must have been following her, too. Somebody else was following her, and she was following something. And,
I'm not following.
that's fine. Well, anyways, she gave me this box. Or it was a box, right?
It's a small box.
Yeah.
Like a card box.
And
almost.
she told me to take it to these coordinates that I was trying to find. And that it might be useful. And she told me I shouldn't tell anybody about it except for somebody I trusted. And I trust you. I've
What?
known you for 3 whole days and you haven't tried to kill me. I haven't tried to open it either. I don't know if I'm supposed to open it now or if I'm supposed to open it at the coordinates. She didn't really give me those instructions.
What's the box look like? It's just a...
So the box itself is like black wood.
Okay.
It has this gold style of etching, raised etching on it, where it's like this, and then from the bottom it kind of comes up like this, and there's a number of like chevrons in the middle as well on both sides. But it doesn't look like it's in any sort of pattern. It was mismatched almost.
Okay.
She also told me I shouldn't follow her anymore. So she's clearly in danger.
I get the feeling you're not the type to listen to your parents.
Well, my mother came into the room, cut herself open, drew blood sigils all over my room, peeked out the window, looked nervous, gave me a box, and then left. So I'm a little concerned for her well-being.
Is that normal for her?
No.
Okay.
Well, up until 6 months ago, I didn't even know that she was a hunter. So maybe it was at one point in time. Who knows?
She does, I assume.
I suppose. But, I don't know if I should open the box now or if I should wait. I don't know what's in it. I don't know if it's magical. I don't know what to do. You know?
It's a lot.
Yeah. If you want.
Yeah, can I hold it?
Yeah.
Like,
It's got a little bit of heft
Way
to
too-
it.
Okay.
When you do that, it sounds like there's something inside.
Did you hear that? It
Yeah.
it's like a rattle, or like you can feel it
No,
like shift.
Yeah,
maybe?
it's kind of shift. It's
Like, you
definitely
can feel that
solid on
weight.
the inside,
Should
but
I-
like it's just smaller than the box by just a bit.
Should I try to open it, you think? Now? Should I wait? Peek. She didn't tell me not to open it. She didn't say.
Well then,
She didn't say here.
She just
Don't open this until. She just said here.
Here.
Take this to these coordinates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
can you see in there? Can you see where there's like? Is there like a lid, a hinge, and
It looks
or like
it's actually very flush, but you
okay,
kind of
but you
like,
can see that there would be.
yeah, you look and it looks like you take your hand and you like take one of the tiny chevrons and you like do this with it, and it does
You hear,
start
like,
to
a
turn.
click. Should we do this?
yeah, open it. Let's open it. All right.
I'll open it and I will like.
It doesn't open like
Is
that.
it like a
It you try to like open it from the side.
Okay.
There's nothing. Like you
just keep on turning?
There are other parts that.
Okay.
It definitely seems
It's
like
a puzzle
it's
box.
a puzzle box. Okay, let's see if we can figure it out together.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will allow one of you to help,
Okay.
and I will allow the other to investigate a mystery. You guys get to choose
My sharp.
which.
What's my sharp? +1. My sharp's +1.
I don't. Let's double check. I haven't used sharp. I have a +1 on sharp as well.
Okay. What's your cool?
-1.
Same.
I got a bad
Mine-
cool.
Same.
Huh.
Same.
So
Yeah.
who's got better rolls?
Okay, I'll just roll.
And then I'll roll for help.
Yeah.
Does that help out?
So wait until the help roll first.
Okay. So that's 2. So that's 7 minus 1, correct?
Okay, so 6.
So 6.
So
No, you don't help me. That's what happens.
Right.
yeah,
no-
you get no additional help.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what I get. Investigate. That's right. That's really good. 12.
12.
Oh.
So you initially found the first key to solving this,
Okay.
but it's really perplexing puzzle. But as soon as you show Danica kind of how things go, Danica, something in your mind feels familiar about this puzzle. You're like, oh, wait a second, hand me that back, and you start moving the pieces very easily into the places they go, almost like a game. You start moving things in, sliding pieces around, shifting pieces, and then finally you're able to pull the box it's like this, and you're able to kind of pull it apart like this, and you see on the inside that there is a long stone that has been carved with etchings down the center like this, and it has kind of a rough shape on the bottom that kind of comes back up like that, and there is a symbol on the top, on the flat part of this stone, and it has the symbol of an owl on it.
Well, I don't know what this is, but it's clearly important.
Seems to be.
Is it just like a stone?
It's a stone. It definitely it is. It's a carved stone, very intricately carved stone.
Okay, I'll take it out of the box. And,
Okay, it's got some heft to it.
Yeah, I'll look at it and move it around, and it's just.
It's a darker cut stone.
Does it look like it it should attach to something else, or
It looks like from the bottom of it being a little bit jagged, you could probably
put it in something, like a key almost?
The color doesn't match the lodestone, does it? They're not similar. Okay.
No,
So
no.
they don't interact. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I think for right now we don't let Gray know that I have this, because it just seems like something he'd want to steal and sell to somebody.
Seems like his motive.
I mean, I like him, but he's
I like
definitely
his
a
things.
criminal.
I like his things. I don't know if I for sure like him.
I like him. I mean, he's good to look at and stuff, and he's nice and friendly and whatever. But
I don't think he's my type.
Well, I have a type, but
All right.
it's fine.
So in the other room, Gray, you start to punch the numbers on your cell phone there, making some calls. They said that they can have another airplane delivered to, and have everything shifted over by about 8 a.m. the next morning.
Perfect. Great turnaround time. Okay. Actually, for now, that's really all I needed. I just need to make sure that we have transportation.
So anything anybody else wants to handle before bed? That's probably where we'll call it. So if anybody wants to do anything, do now.
I don't think I
I
can
don't think
think
so.
of anything.
I think I'm after we've opened up the puzzle box and figure out like what's in there. I just put it back in and close it so that it's secure, and then like
Redo the puzzle.
and hide it back in my things, my effects.
Okay.
I know we got our own rooms and stuff, but you want to stay in here?
I feel probably a little more safe. It's
Or we could
been a
stay
rough
in
night.
your room if you are comfortable with the gesture to the walls.
We could see what's in my mini fridge.
We did empty mine out.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys make your way over there to empty out said mini
I'm
fridge.
glad I made a character with
A lot of
limitless
money.
Well, Danica can support my habit too.
Alright, so that's where we'll end the ongoing action. But then, you get a scene from next time. So,
I'm attentive.
a trembling, bloody hand hangs up the phone, and the camera pans back just a little ways, and Henrietta stands there, hair taken out of the long braid that she normally keeps it in. It's frazzled into the side, and she just kind of drops the phone, and she kind of looks at her hands, and there is a lot of blood on her hands, and she is holding in one of her hands a very odd looking knife, and she drops to her knees, and in front of her is a very pale looking Olivia, and she has a pool of blood that is forming out from her, and Henrietta starts to cry, and she says, "I had to do it, honey. Don't worry, help is coming." She pats back Olivia's hair with a bloody hand, and that's where we will pick up next time.